just want to go ahead and welcome everybody. Hopefully you've had a chance to get joined and you've got your audio available. You're able to see us. If you can put your cameras on so we could see you, that would be great. And if you're wondering who I am, because you don't recognize me, it's probably because you're joining a combined group. Tonight is SJREI and Prosperity Through Real Estate and Las Vegas REIA. We're doing a combined meeting tonight. So the first part of the meeting, we're going to share just a little bit of some statistics and information from the San Jose area. And then we're going to bring forward our featured speaker, Lou. We do have Steve Love on the line, and he will do some introductions and answer any questions that you might have. If you have, if you could mute yourselves, there's somebody in the background that's got some noise going. Thank you, thank you. Okay, so I'm just gonna go ahead and get started. Welcome everyone. This is fun to have a meeting with so many people from different areas in the country. All right, so SJREI is put together for education. We make no endorsement, warranty, or guarantee of any kind with respect to opinions, information, services, or products mentioned or promoted by any speaker, presenter, or sponsor. And what I usually say to the attendees is if you decide to do a deal and you make money, like you make a profit, I'll let you keep it. And if you decide to do a deal and you lose money, I'll let you keep the loss too. So please do your own due diligence. We are providing this as an opportunity for education only. So our goal at SJREI in San Jose here is to provide education, networking, and inspiration so that we can enable you to make wise and profitable investments. Now, we always say that SJREI is where the deals happen. When we did a poll, 78% of our regular attendees have done business together. So if you're looking to make deals, let us know. So we have two things that we're going to be covering. Tonight, we have how to invest safely with Lou, and then there's a bonus training on June 13th. So stay tuned tonight, pay attention on how to get in on that bonus training. One of the things that we like to offer are haves and wants. We have an opportunity we're going to discuss later this week. This is a sale leaseback for Scantron. Remember taking the test where you had to fill in the little squares? We have a company that is looking to sell their building and then lease it back. We will discuss that opportunity on Thursday at noon. You do need to be pre-qualified to have an invite to that, so go ahead and email me if you have any questions or want to participate. We do have a book coming out. Randy and I have written a book, so watch for the announcement of that. The first week that we launch, it'll be free and there'll be bonuses included, so we'd love to have you participate in that. And then for our SJREI people, I'd like to just give you a continued update. As you know, we're working on a development project and we've been following this along. We were able to acquire 1.2 acres on West San Carlos in San Jose. The San Carlos corridor connects San Jose to the vibrant area of Santana Row. The city of San Jose has decided they want to redevelop it. So they've given us more opportunity for development, like as far as density goes. So we put this under contract. We structured it in a way that allows us to have minimal risk. So it was 3 separate owners that we were able to assemble on 7 parcels. We do expect it to have it entitled by 9/2022. And the only thing that we had to make a purchase of was a small parcel of it, just the middle parcel here. And that was a strategic purchase because that owner was willing to sell just the 1 parcel and everything else is owned by 2 other owners. And knowing how deals often work, where people come and try to renegotiate, we felt if we had the middle parcel, it would be the kingpin parcel. Nobody else would be able to do what we're doing without that parcel. And so we protected our investment with it. The other parcels we are not closing on until after we get it entitled. So one of the things I always tell my investors is make sure you structure your deals for safety and liquidity. This is what we're doing with this deal and how we structured it for the safety. We put it into contract on 11 of 2019. We just submitted our application to the city. We're really excited about this. We went through our red flags, such as our historical reviews and our environmental and all of that really early. And so we're putting together a master plan community that will have 2 buildings, a courtyard, 6-story building, and a 5-story building. It'll look similar to this. The 6-story is on the front, and that'll be residential units with retail. And the senior living, the 5 stories, is on the back and wraps around to the other side. That will have general activities on the 1st story, memory care on stories 2 and 3, and then assisted living on stories 4 and 5. The process that we're doing is simply entitlement. In San Jose, it takes a while to get things entitled, even though they're allowed. So we did something like this. We made the land purchase of 1.7. The other land we are holding in an extended close contract. We have some holding costs, our entitlement fees and contingency. And at the end, we will sell it for about 25 to 35 million. And if you remember, this is a deal that one of my coaching students found. She had no experience in real estate and was out scouting, discovered, and knew that it was something to bring to us. And we were able to put it together after, it was a while. It took a while to negotiate the 3 sellers, but we were able to put it together and move the deal forward. So I always encourage people to not be afraid of the big numbers. If you structure the deal safely, you can be participating in things like this. Okay, so let's go to our market update. Liz, are you ready?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay. All right.
Hey, good evening, everybody. I'm Liz Puga. I'm a partner of Lori's. Been working with her for a while. I'm a real estate broker here in San Jose. So I just wanted to review the California Economic and Housing Market Update. And this is dated as of June 3rd, so it's fairly recent. So basically the overview is that things are getting better, and they should continue to improve. Pending sales and new listings are up from April. And the economic and labor market impacts will hit prices, but not 2008 all over again, because we have better fundamentals now. And the recovery will be slow. There's lots of other factors that are going to play out in this, but we will have continued improvement. The thing is, we do have fewer buyers and sellers. People are holding back due to the coronavirus. Let's see, we have what? Let's see. So the question was, they asked the realtors, have you had buyers withdraw due to the coronavirus? In March, we had 48% that said yes. And then April, it was a little lower, 32%. And it's actually dropping as we move forward. And then the other question was, have you seen any sellers remove a home from the market? And the answer also was yes. In March, again, pretty high, it was about 57%. And then March, it was 46%. And again, that's improving. So we did have more transactions closing last week. I actually had one close myself. It was in Central Valley. So I did have one cancel also, but there's just so many factors involved. But we did have 85% did not have anything close. And you can see the difference. It's just a huge percentage that are not closing. So the closed sales do show a sign of a bottom. So again, as we continue through past the pandemic period, initially when it started in March, things are improving. So one of the factors that's contributing is the jobless claim still easing. So, you know, again, we're getting better as we come into May. Things are looking better as people, you know, the government's starting to release restrictions and people are starting to get back to work. And the Consumer Confidence Index is also finding a bottom. You can see in April how low it was, and you know, as people are getting back to work, we have the stimulus payments, things are starting to improve on that end also. And then as far as mortgages, we have new applications that are actually surpassed the level for last year in 10 weeks. You know, I believe this is because of the low interest rates. Although they do have some stricter terms as far as getting qualified, the rates are just really motivating people to you know, refi and get things going there. So actually the Bay Area is pending up from bottom consistently also. So you can see the increase there. So the average daily new listings, again, we had, you know, back in March it was low, and then we are a little flexibility there, but it is, you know, coming back to normal. Closed prices are also stable. There wasn't much as far as due to the demand in the, you know, Bay Area. We haven't seen much as far as price decreases. So the pricing is pretty stable. Actually pretty consistent throughout the state. So again, the question was to realtors, are home buyers expecting lower prices? So the home buyers, because of everything going on, they are expecting prices to decrease. So that's kind of why they're waiting out to see what's going to happen. And then when you ask the sellers, you know, are they, you know, recently reduced the price to attract buyers? So a smaller percentage are actually willing to decrease the price. So that's why prices are kind of stabilized. Okay, so basically, our home buyers you interacted with this week expecting lower prices. So 63% are expecting lower prices. I've actually personally had a buyer try to renegotiate the price, but sellers are pretty firm. They think, you know, if you don't buy, somebody else will. So have you had any home sellers reduce the price to attract buyers this week? 17% of the realtors, you know, said they did. So pretty stable in pricing. So again, here you can see the Bay Area closed prices are pretty stable. This is the medium closed price per square foot. So that's pretty consistent. Okay, so the big gap in consumer expectations, home buyers expecting lower prices, yes, and home sellers are really not interested in reducing their price. I think they'd rather hold on and see what's going to happen. Okay, so a percentage of active listings reduced from the original price. Again, that's holding pretty steady. So listing prices actually are rising a bit and a lot of these slides are from the Bay Area, just because I didn't realize we were going to be having people from the Southern California. This is mostly in the Bay Area. So, you know, might be a little different in those areas also. So here's some of the factors contributing to, you know, what's going on. Over 40 million have lost their jobs. Although, you know, recently we've had a whole lot of people, because of the release of the restrictions, that have gone back to work. You know, so, but compared to the number of people who've actually lost their jobs, still, you know, we have to wait and see how this is going to play out. And then also we have the mortgage forbearance, people skipping their payments. The number in forbearance, 6,648, pretty significant. So, I mean, you know, this is going to have an effect in a few months of, you know, whether people are going to catch up or what they're going to do, you know, if they're going to just let properties go, short sale, that kind of thing. That's kind of to be determined also. And then also the rent payments. Of course, we've got people skipping rent starting in June. You know, they're going to have to try to catch up. Some people may be able to, some may not. So, you know, we're going to have to see what the landlords are going to do there as far as, you know, people not being able to pay the back payments. So in, you know, a nutshell, things are getting better. Sales are improving alongside. But there are signs of improvement, but it's too early to celebrate. You know, we have so many things going on with the pandemic, with the riots. You know, so we kind of have to see how this plays out with all these multipliers. You know, I mean, we've got, you know, with people going back to work, we could have, you know, research with COVID, which would, you know, affect employment again. So we really have to wait this out through the end of the year and see how it plays out. But we do see some improvement now. So.
Great. Thank you, Liz.
Sure.
All right. So Steve, did you want to take the floor here and share a little bit about your groups, any thoughts that you have, and then introduce our speaker for tonight?
I would love to, Lori, and thank you, Liz, for that update.
You're welcome.
Gosh, I am from the Bay Area myself, so I was born and raised up there. So I don't know how I got stuck in Los Angeles, but we'll deal with that another time. So welcome everyone tonight, both from our groups, which are Prosperity Through Real Estate here in Los Angeles, also REIA, Las Vegas REIA from Las Vegas, and of course San Jose REIA. So these three groups tonight are in for a treat because you're going to hear Mr. Lou Brown, just one of the finest gentlemen you will ever meet, a great Southern gentleman that I've known for, I don't know, 20, 25 years. We have a lot of the same friends. I know we go way back. We had some great friends that are not even around anymore. People like Jimmy Napier and Jack Miller, and you know, but we're still here, right, Lou? So I was trying to think where I first met Lou, and I just can't remember. But Lou is one of the not just outstanding gentlemen, he is one of the most incredible trainers, and he walks his talk. He's out there doing deals every day in so many different ways, but he's very unique, as you'll find out tonight, what he does with getting the buyers even often before the seller. So I'm not going to steal his thunder on that. I won't go into his background. I'm not sure how much time he wants to spend on that tonight. I will mention up front, though, that you will have an opportunity to come hear Lou usually he does an all-day presentation for us, but he's coming back this Saturday to do another Zoom meeting, but it will just be 4 hours from 9 to 1 Pacific. And so we invite everyone to that. And if you're smart, you will be there because you can learn so much from Lou. I recommend you all take a lot of notes. And I guess that's it. Are you there, Lou?
Steve, you're so awesome. I sure do appreciate that. I've got a little feedback there. I think we fixed it. So Steve, you know, it's been fantastic to have worked with you all of these years. I think we've known each other maybe over 20 years. and it's been a great relationship. And of course, getting to know Lori has been amazing. I mean, you guys up in San Jose have such a powerful leader and such great information that she puts together for you all the time. So we've had some fun with you guys with the lead ups to tonight. We've had a couple of interviews that have been great. And so I'm looking forward to what I have to share with you tonight, giving you some insight into some new ways of looking at things. And it'll be a game changer, because what a lot of people aren't aware of is during this whole pandemic, whatever the first part of this year is, it's been an amazing upheaval like we've never seen before. And as they were just sharing with you, 40 million people out of work. We've never seen anything like that before in this large of a percentage of the population. And so one of the things that you always want to be aware of is what kind of impact that's going to have for all of us. And certainly some of you on here tonight, you invest close to home, and others invest in other parts of the country and other markets closer to home, but not as close maybe as the Bay Area or in hometown LA. So we've got some insights, and we certainly got here some folks here from Vegas. I'm looking forward to seeing you guys. We're going to be at the end of the month in Las Vegas, the 26th through the 28th. Looking forward to seeing all of you there for that, for sure. And so tonight, you know, we were talking about what would have the greatest impact for all of you to be able to build your business, to build and grow your business. So I'll give you a little bit of background on who I am and what I do and all of that good stuff. Let's see if this clicker is going to work or not. Okay, let's see here. I might have to, how are we going to, there we go. So as Steve was sharing with you, it may be of value for you to know that there's some folks that have definitely worked with me in the past and started out with my systems. We've got Sherman Ragland, Robert Sheeman, Alan Cowgill, Than Merrill, Paula Sajian. You know, these are people that you probably know and have seen and probably have been to seminars and different events that certainly have taught you some things about real estate and taught you what to do and how to do it. And they've got some great insights on how to do real estate. And certainly I'm very fortunate that I was able to lead and guide these folks in their businesses. They've started with me early on in their game. Albert Lowry, Ron LeGrand, Duncan Weirman, Kathy Kennebrook, Mark Sumter, Curtis Brooks, Larry Goins, Jay Connor, Scott Shield, Dave Lindahl, Apartment Guy, Preston Ely, Cameron Dunlap, Pat Martin, Jason Rodriguez, Lee Phillips, Lou Castillo, Bob Massey, and so much more, including Bob Diamond, Bob Leonetti, and just some great folks that I've been very fortunate to have had in my life, and certainly people that I was able to guide and give them some information about building their businesses. So hopefully this is of value to you, because you're going to be learning from someone tonight that has been able to guide these folks and grow their businesses as well. Wow, was that loud enough for you? That was a bit loud, wasn't it? I think I'll turn that thing down. But wanted to just share that with you as a little bit of background on who your teacher is tonight. Certainly I've been blessed to be in this business for a long time. I've been buying, holding, and selling property now for over 40 years. That's right, over 40 years. And it's been a fun ride, and there's been a lot of things that I've learned. This is now my 5th real estate cycle. And so as we go into this 5th real estate cycle, there's certainly some things that I've learned about the past cycles and what I needed to do to navigate my business so that I could flatten the curve. I'm calling it flatten the curve, like they told us, you know, we had to do all this social distancing and staying at home to flatten the curve of getting people into hospitals and what have you to survive the coronavirus. And there's another virus. It's called the cycle of real estate. And that cycle of real estate has certainly taken a lot of people out along the way. So tonight we're going to be talking about what I did in my business in order to make sure that I never had to survive one of those cycles again, and that my business is fabulous. It's incredible. It's up, it's running, it's doing beautifully. And it's certainly something that many of you perhaps have not considered in your own life. So I'm going to be sharing some things with you to give you a different perspective on how you can do your future. And one of the things I love and I'm a big believer in a thing called residual income. How many of you love residual income, baby? Let me see your hands. I'm loving that you guys, by the way, I'm loving you guys. You've unmasked yourself. You've unmasked yourself so I can see you. And that's very encouraging to me. And I'll tell you why. Because when we go to meetings, we don't have masks on, right? We can see each other and we're talking to each other and what have you. And when we get in these little Zoom rooms, we kind of hiding out and doing our thing. So it's cool when you actually participate and be a part of it. So thank you for doing that. Now, as we move forward tonight, they call me the nation's leading expert on buying, selling, and holding property the most profitable way. So we're going to be talking about a business model tonight that is unlike something that you've seen before and likely to give you the insight into what your life can look like. Now, certainly when we buy and we sell property, we might get a big fat check, but what if we buy, hold, and sell property? What would life look like then? Well, I'm going to show that to you tonight, and I think it'll give you some insight into what to do and how to do it. Certainly, I want to ask you for your undivided attention. I know it's very easy when you're sitting at home and you're looking at your emails and you're looking at your phone and you're looking at videos and you're looking at other things and you maybe got somebody playing in the background, but I'm going to ask you to focus because I'm a visual learner. I'm a visual teacher. So I do have a lot of visuals for you tonight. It's certainly something you're going to want to take a lot of notes on. So I'm going to ask you to put your phones and your email over to the side and just know that I have some information that's going to be very valuable to you. Now, tonight, I'm going to focus on one aspect, and then I'm going to expand on that on Saturday's training. So from 9 o'clock to 1 o'clock, I'm going to be going deeper into aspects of what to do and how to do it. So I've been on many stages with very incredible and valuable folks in my life. Brian Tracy, Tom Hopkins, Susie Orman, Mark Victor Hansen, Dan Kennedy, Bill Gates, and yes, even our illustrious president, Donald Trump. Imagine he is a real estate investor. That's where I first got to meet him, is as in real estate investing and teaching real estate investing, as a matter of fact. And so I'm very fortunate that as the going back now to being the founding president of National REIA, I founded National REIA some time ago. In fact, I'll share that with you now because I am a volunteer at heart. My mother taught that to me. And so as a result, there's a number of things that I've done in our industry. I was the vice president of the Real Estate Leadership Association of America. And then I became the founding president. I took that organization and founded National REIA as the founding president. And that was in 1993. 5-year board member there, 9-year board member of the Georgia Real Estate Investors Association, the country's largest, and also chairman of the Small Owners Council of the Apartment Association. So there's a number of different things that I've done in real estate, but also participated in the organizations that help to advance our industry and advance our knowledge level with that. Now, tonight, we are going to be giving away 2 tickets to the Millionaire Jumpstart coming up in Las Vegas. It's June 26, 27, 28. Be sure and make a note of that. that's something that you're definitely going to want to be able to attend. So today I'm going to give you a blueprint to buy and sell houses, help others, and give you residual income for the rest of your life. As I was saying before, how many of you love residual income, baby? So, and I call that dependable, predictable monthly income. So it's sort of like working for somebody else, right? You got those golden handcuffs, and as you're working with them, of course, then you've got that dependable paycheck coming in. Well, tonight I'm going to talk to you about a different way of looking at your life, a different way of looking at your opportunities. Is that a yeah, baby? I hope it was. Yeah, this is something that is my moniker. A lot of people know me as the yeah, baby guy for many, many years, since the Austin Powers days. So, you know, of course, as we talk about money tonight, I want you to be considering yourself. I want you to be considering your business. So as I'm talking about this, there's going to be things that you're going to say, well, that's great, Lou, you can do that, but what about me? So I definitely want you to start with, what about me? I want you to think about yourself and your life and how this fits best in your world, and how you can see yourself doing what I'm sharing with you tonight. So a little bit of background on myself, a little bit more actually. This is my mom, God rest her soul, amazing person on the planet. She raised me. Yes, I was raised by a single mom, no dad. They split up when I was just a couple of years old. So never really knew my father. And it was just the two of us. We were a team. This is when I was the president of the Georgia Real Estate Investors Association. We were on an outing with the REIA. We had a great time. And my mom is an interesting soul. She came to this country as a war bride. She came over on the Queen Mary. She came over with her American trooper, or to be with her American trooper husband that she met during the war, World War II. And of course, what happened is a lot of our American troopers went overseas and they found the love of their life and they brought them back on the Queen Mary. So it was amazing. And she came over, she became a naturalized citizen of the United States. She actually had to go through 5 years of training to become a naturalized citizen. She loved this country. And being from Scotland, she definitely had a different perspective on life. And one of the things that she always taught me is be a volunteer. So she was very much a volunteer at heart. She gave of herself. She did many things to help other people. That was what turned her on. It was to help other people. And, you know, an interesting thing happened, because basically when she had her husband that she had come over to this country for, she got here and found out he was an alcoholic and an abuser. So she was strong enough to get away from him and say, not me, not now. And then she met my father, her second mistake. So it ended up that things didn't work out there, and it just became the two of us. Now, life was very interesting because this was one of our throwaway cars. We had many during my childhood. When it was more expensive to fix the car and to go get another one, we would just let that one go and get another one. You can see how poor. In fact, you just take a look at the tires here. There's a white wall on the back and a black wall on the front. So we bought our tires one at a time. We used to call them rich people's tires. And so we would buy for like 25 bucks. You could get another tire with some tread left on it. And the funny thing was, you know, people would actually trade all 4 tires at the same time. So that gave us an opportunity to have at least a tire with some tread left on it. But it was, I was raised in these wartime style apartments, and I'm talking brown commercial tile on the floor, oil burning furnace in the middle of the apartment. Our dining table was a Samsonite card table, if you can imagine that. Not as nice as this one, by the way, with the belly in the middle and the metal chairs. That's exactly my dining table until I was 17 years old. Not as nice as this one. Now, just imagine coming from that background and that experience and really seeing what life looks like, seeing the underbelly of life, so to speak. In fact, that dining table we bought with S&H green stamps. Some of you might remember, raise your hand if you remember S&H green stamps, baby. I'm telling you, yeah, baby, that's good stuff. S&H green stamps. So it was my job to lick and stick. You know, when you went to the grocery store, now some of you on here don't know what S&H green stamps are, but when you went to the grocery store or you went to get gas, they gave you stamps. You put them in books. You had enough books. It was currency. And so you could go into these particular stores that they had set up, redemption centers, and you could cash these books in for stuff. And that's how we actually furnished our apartment. And it was a very interesting thing to use that as currency. So I call it Bitcoin of the day, right? So back in the day, that was a whole other way that things were done. And they were the good old days. You know, we didn't know they were the good old days, but they certainly were. But I had the good fortune of meeting my mom's friends. Now, remember, I didn't have any relatives here in this country. So my mom's family was all over in Scotland and England. So her friends sounded like my aunts and uncles. And this is a story about Aunt Mabel and Uncle George. Aunt Mabel told me at 8 years old something very interesting. She told me that they had bought the duplex that they live in. And she told me that the people on the other side of the duplex were paying enough money to cover the mortgage. Now, what was she really saying? She was saying that they were living for free. So here we were hiding out from the rent man, didn't have any money, couldn't pay the rent sometimes. And my mom would always say, you know, don't answer the door when they're banging on the door, right? Don't answer the door. I said, why don't I answer the door? Because I don't have the money, but I'm going to have the money on the weekend. I'm going to pay them then. Let's not even answer the door. So I know what it's like to be on the other side of the door when you just don't have the money to be able to do what you need to do and meet your obligations. It's a very challenging thing. And so certainly when I, at 8 years old, young boy, knowing what life was looking like, not looking so good, and then here's Aunt Mabel telling me that the people on one side were paying enough to cover the mortgage, and what she was really telling me is that they were living for free. And I started paying attention. And then sure enough, the next year I found out she bought the duplex next door to her. And she told me the people on one side paid enough to cover the mortgage and the other money was theirs. And then I started watching their lifestyle. They went to the steakhouse every night. Aunt Mabel didn't like to cook. So every night they're at the steakhouse, they're living life large, and everything was fantastic. And it was just she, Uncle George, and 2 Chihuahuas. And I said, oh my gosh, they were bringing home these leftovers to these Chihuahuas. I said, Aunt Mabel, bow wow, honey. Count me in, baby. I want some of those leftover steaks. But, you know, it was just interesting to see how their life was fed and how they benefited from the idea of holding property. So not just flipping and selling everything, but actually buying and holding. And so as a result of the success they had with those 2 duplexes, they bought another one and another one and another one. So they bought 5 duplexes on the same street. Now, in a few minutes, I'm going to be talking about something called target marketing. Nobody can deny that's the best target marketing ever, right? Buy all the properties on the same street that you live on. And so Aunt Mabel taught me some valuable lessons about just how life works. And because they were self-managing these properties, it showed that they could do it. And then Aunt Mabel told me at the age of 16, she says, come on over here and help me move. I said, move where? She said, a brand new house in a brand new subdivision, all brick home, 2-story house, awesome. And I said, how did you do this, Aunt Mabel? Now write this down, guys. She said 2 words that changed my life. She said, accumulate property. She said, accumulate property. As a result of her saying that to me, I got it. That their life was so incredible and our life was so miserable. and it was like, why why don't more people know about this, right? Why don't more people do this? So as a result of learning that, I started paying attention. Well, at 18 years old, Aunt Mabel says to me, you need to buy a house. I said, buy a house? I said, Aunt Mabel, you go to banks and qualify for loans to buy these properties. I said, I can't go to banks and qualify for loans. I can't qualify my way out of a paper bag. What are you talking about? Buying property. She says, I don't know, but I've got a friend, Realtor Sue, and I'm going to have Realtor Sue talk to you. So sure enough, Realtor Sue calls me up. She says, let's go looking at properties. I said, go looking at properties? What are you talking about? She said, sure enough. So she drives up, blue-haired lady, right? Can't hardly see over the steering wheel. She's driving up in her Cadillac, and she says, get in. I said, okay. We get in, we're driving around looking at houses like I'm going to buy a house at 18 years old. Well, sure enough, I did exactly that. I put a property under contract. And the way I was able to buy it is a thing called NQ loans, non-escalating, non-qualifying loans. For $45, you could step in and take over somebody else's loan back in the day. Well, oh, wow, that was the best thing ever. So sure enough, I bought that house. And as a result of being able to purchase that property, I said to my mom had gotten into a lot of debt. She had, she would, she liked to spend money. And if she didn't have any, she spent it anyway. And so she got tied up with a lot of loan sharks. I'm talking 22% interest. I'm talking about bad times for sure. And I saw what it was doing. I saw she could never get ahead. I saw that she was always refinancing this consumer debt. And I saw that she was never going to get ahead. So sure enough, when I was able to buy this property by taking over the existing financing, I invited her to come and move in as my first tenant. And I said, okay, let's make a deal. I said, you pay me $100 a month and wash some clothes and cook some meals. And I said, I want you to take the rest of the money. Our rent was $600 a month at the time. I said, take the rest of the money and put it towards your debt. And sure enough, a year and a half later, she was free and clear for the rest of her life. And that was an awesome gift that I could give to my mom because she had given so much to me. She had made such a difference in my life. And she had really given me the opportunity to look at life from a different point of view. So sure enough, because of Aunt Mabel and Uncle George saying, you need to buy a house, this is the house I bought at 18 years old. And because of what I was able to do by taking some money that I'd saved up and then being able to take over the existing financing on this, I was able to do that, put it under contract right before my birthday, right after my birthday closed. So I was 19 years old when I went into contract. No banks, no qualifying. Well, I love that concept so much. And, when I was transferred from Charlotte to Atlanta, Georgia, I sold that house only because I was bribed by the company I was with. And they said, hey, we're going to move you to Atlanta and we're going to pay your moving expenses and we're going to pay your closing costs for selling your house and we're going to pay your closing costs for buying another house. So I was literally bribed into buying another house when I went to Atlanta. Went to the agent. I said, I want to buy a house by taking over the existing financing on the property. Well, sure enough, she did exactly that. We found a property that I was able to parlay my property money because this property, I sold it 2 years after I bought it for a 37% profit. So I said, holy cow, there's something in this real estate game. And the good news was that I had not signed on for a 4-year college. So I went to college for 1 year. And as a result of that 1 year, I couldn't figure out why I was there. And I said, this is going to stunt my growth if I spend a lot of time here. And so I couldn't see that it was really going to advance me. So I decided to just retire for a moment and go see what life is like. And I'd come back and be able to still resume if I wanted to. Well, sure enough, I never went back to college. This made too much sense because I jumped in and really got the opportunity. So the company that moved me, I stayed with them for about 4 years. And then I got in the game here of doing this business. Now, the interesting thing is, not only did I buy that house in Atlanta, I also bought my first rental property, like official rental property down there. It was a duplex. Guess what? Can you imagine? It was a duplex. And I was able to buy that. Now watch this. When I got into this business, interest rates were 21%. So we talk about real estate cycles, right? Real estate was interest rates 21% in this country, if you could just imagine. So as a result of me jumping in at that time, I was able to get the seller to carry back financing. Now that was a powerful lesson because I could take over the existing financing just like I had on my first house, and now this second house that I bought in Atlanta, and then my duplex, I was able to take over existing financing again, and I was able to get the seller to carry back financing. So as a result, no going to banks and qualifying for loans. Now, let's take the lessons that I'm giving you right now and advance that 40 years. And guess what? I've never been to the bank. I've never qualified for a loan on a single family or small multifamily property. Now, think about that for just a second. And like I said earlier, I said, think about yourself. Think about what life would look like for you. How many of you have gone to banks and qualified for loans before on your own residence, maybe? Let me see your hands. Yeah, baby. So that's what I'm talking about, you see. So imagine that you never went to the bank and you never qualified for loan. What would life look like? So that's exactly what I'm sharing with you right now, is that we have a different way of looking at real estate. So as you listen to me tonight, I want you to be listening with your eyes wide open, with your ears wide open. You're going to hear things you've never heard before. You're going to say, that is different. That is different. So for this to sink in for you tonight, you need a paradigm shift. Now that's a paradigm shift. Why? Because you're going to hear things and you're going to be thinking of it in terms of what you already know about real estate. But understand what I'm going to share with you tonight and what I'm going to share with you on Saturday. There's some amazing twists in here. Why is it twisty? Because it's different than what most real estate investors do. Now, if I can do what I've done for over 40 years, and I've guided many, many, many investors, as I shared with you earlier, many people that you're aware of, that I've been able to help build amazing real estate businesses. It's because they listened to me and they listened and applied what I was teaching them. And as a result, they were able to have different results than everybody else. How many of you love the idea of not going to banks and not qualifying for loans, right? It's the best thing ever. And imagine that every time I buy a property, I'm paying no typical points. I'm paying no loan origination fees. I'm not paying any of those junk fees. I'm just taking over their existing financing. And so that, as a result of being able to take over that property at the age of 18 years old, it taught me a valuable lesson. Aunt Mabel had a different paradigm. She had a different belief system, a different understanding of real estate. She went to banks. She qualified for loans. I learned I didn't have to go to banks and I didn't have to qualify for loans. And that was a powerful thing that changed my life forever. So I'm very blessed that as a result of getting my mom out of debt, she was able to live debt-free for the rest of her life. So it doesn't matter what background or current status whatever your situation is in life, you deserve what you want. So I always like to inspire people, what is it that you want? What is it that you love? What is it that would make a difference in your life? And just make a list of everything that you want. Make a list of everything that sings to your heart and then Google it, find out how much that thing costs, A, to buy, and B, to operate. So you need what? Hunk of money or even chunk of money to be able to buy it in the first place. And then number two, to operate it, because you got property taxes, insurance, you've got the expenses on the property. So make sure that you have that monthly income to be able to own that thing and take care of it. So it just is an interesting thing when you make your list, and this is part of your homework tonight. I want you to make a list of everything that you want, everything that sings to your soul and says, yeah, baby, count me in. That's good stuff. And you know, as a result of Steve Love says, Lou, why don't you come out to California? And he says, you know, we're going to have you, we have our meeting on Tuesdays, but I really want you to come back on Saturday. So while you're out here, I really want you to go to Yosemite. And I said, Steve, that sounds amazing. He says, yes, bring your wife, Janice, and come on out and just, you know, get a car, drive up to Yosemite and just see the amazing sights up there. And I tell you what, Steve is amazing. He changed my life. He gave me some real perspective on things, because I just, not having been to a lot of national parks, I had no idea of the grandeur, no idea of the beauty. Oh my goodness, what an amazing place Yosemite is. This is my wife, Janice. We had the best time there. This was in May, in fact, and you can see all the melting and everything going on there, the glaciers, I mean the snow melting. And this is called Glacier Point. And amazing how it's all carved out. These are actually bears, and no, this is not a fence or a barrier. We actually saw the bears, and there's the mama bear right up above. And so it was just fantastic experience. And so one of the things that I have on my list, and that Janice and I have on our list, is travel. We want to travel the world, see everything. We've been many, many places as a result of this wonderful thing called real estate. So again, make a list of what you want. Make a list of what you want. Identify what those things cost. And then let's figure out a plan, because I've got a plan for everyone. I've got a plan for everyone. It's just dependent upon two things, actually three things. One is your big number. The second is your monthly number. And the third is your retirement number. What do you need for a monthly income in order to be in a position to retire? So those three numbers are going to become very important as we go forward. And so you'll have time between tonight and Saturday to come up with those numbers. Now, those numbers are incredibly important, and there's a reason why. Business, and write this down, business is a formula. Business is a formula. Once you understand the formula, you're able to apply it. So part of the formula is to first have these three numbers. Now, we're all different on here. We've had different experiences in life. Therefore, you're going to have different numbers. So let's know that we're going to all obtain our own numbers: big number, monthly number, and retirement number. I'm going to give you some tools on Saturday as well. So just know that maybe you've got travel on your list. And by the way, your list can be as long as you want it to. So don't stop writing when you get to a certain, just keep writing. If you like shoes, write down shoes. I had one of my students had $10,000 a month budget for shoes. I said, them are some shoes, baby. She said $10,000 a month budget for shoes. So okay, whatever you like, but maybe you want an airplane, maybe you want a RV, one of these maxed out RVs that's like a house on wheels. Whatever it is that you want, let's identify those things. Cut out pictures, print them out, find out the price. Let's make a list of everything that you want, come up with the numbers for that. All right, so then again, the wonderful experience we had as a result of going to Yosemite and just all the nature and everything that we got to see there. That's the Hollywood Walk of Fame. Wonder what it looks like these days. I can't imagine. All right. So then I'm teaching you tonight that you need a plan to get what you want. You need a plan to get what you want. So what's the plan? Well, think about Monopoly games. So when I was a kid, I used to tell all my friends, let's play Monopoly. And they said, yeah, but you always win. And I said, I know, let's play Monopoly. And so it was really something that taught me some valuable lessons about life, about money, about business. And one of the things I learned and love about Monopoly is that we all started at go. We all started at go. We all started with the same amount. We all started with the same opportunity. Now, to get off a go, what do you got to do? You got to roll the dice and take a what? Chance, right? But a lot of people are afraid of turning out the scary card in Monopoly. And I've discovered that a lot of people are afraid to play the game because they're afraid they're going to turn up the lose everything card. And so as a result of turning up the lose everything card, you can put yourself in a position to lose. Now, that's an important lesson, by the way, because is it true that you could make a wrong move in real estate and what? Lose everything. Is that true? How many of you believe that? It's absolutely true, isn't it? So as a result, you have to be very cautious and careful about what you do and how you do it. Now, I'm going to teach you tonight about how we flatten the risk curve. And the risk in this business is when we speculate on something and we don't have the outcome fully ironed out. So we're going to iron out the outcome tonight. Question number one, do you have a proven money-making business model? So meaning, what is your business model? Do you have a business model? I want you to be thinking like a franchisee of a business. So let's say that you buy a McDonald's or a Subway, or you buy a tanning salon or whatever it is that's a franchise, and you step in what? To their world. You step into their operations manuals. You step into their step-by-step processes and procedures, their marketing, because they've ironed everything out. You step into their world, you pay them, you write them the big fat check, and boom, you're in business. And why is it so successful? Because they have already been there and done that. They've already figured out what works and what doesn't. So who wants to own an autopilot cash machine that churns out money, works 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, so you don't have to? How many of you love that play? Yeah, baby, that's what I want to hear. All right. So, let's see here. This is going to work now. Yeah, it's working. All right. So Street Smart is our company. Street Smart has been in business since 1992, helping real estate investors build amazing businesses. And I'm very proud of that because I've kind of got one of these engineer brains. And I said, okay, what is it that's working and what is it that's not working? And I was that kid that took the toys and took them all apart and see what made them work and then put them back together. And sometimes you had leftover parts, but it was really cool to be able to experience making things work and making sure that things work. So the business model that can change your life. Now, this is very important. Business model that can change your life. Watch this. Case study number one. This is Wendell Long in Charlotte, North Carolina. He's father of 8, and he's an entrepreneur. So Wendell came into my world and I said, Wendell, let me show you something. This is very unique. It's not what other real estate investors do. It's not what other landlords do. It's something different. And I said, strap on your seatbelt. We're going to have some fun. So let's look at a house that he bought. So Wendell is one of our certified affordable housing providers. Now, certified affordable housing providers, in fact, all over the country, right? So they are folks that have adopted our strategy, adopted our brand, and built amazing businesses. So he's in Charlotte, and he says, we bought this home today with owner financing the Street Smart way. Good way to start. Now, what is the Street Smart way? Well, I told you already during this training, I said we don't go to banks and we don't qualify for loans. Now, I'm not telling you you can't if you want to. Maybe you've got an amazing relationship with a bank and you want to keep that relationship. You want to keep using it. I'm not saying you can't, but there's a lot of people on here that would love to not go to banks and may not be in a position to go to banks either. So this certainly is an opportunity, and we call that the street smart way, not going to banks, not qualifying for loans. So certainly he was able to buy this property. How? By taking over the existing financing on the property, not bringing his own financing, by taking over the existing financing on the property. And he says, good way to start the morning. Now let's see what else happened. He sold it the same day. He sold it with owner financing at lunchtime today, what's called the house monster way. He got $50,000 down plus $208 net positive cash flow on a monthly basis. How many of you love that plan? So yeah, baby. So you buy it today. You buy it by taking over existing financing, and then you get money from your new person moving in. Now, this gentleman is holding his certificate, and this is our Path to Home Ownership certificate. So he is a member of our Path to Home Ownership program, and you're going to be learning about that. So as a result, and this is Elizabeth Goforth, she is a CAP in the Charlotte, North Carolina area. We call them CAPs, Certified Affordable Housing Providers. And so as a result of him joining the program, what was happening is Wendell was offering his new buyer in-house financing. So instead of his customer having to go to the bank and qualify for a loan, which by the way, a whole lot of people can't do that. Like 70 to 80% of the population, of the adult population out there, cannot right now qualify for a loan to buy a home. Isn't that amazing? And many of them, as you can see, have significant down payments. They are in a position to buy, except the bank doesn't love them. The bank says, you are not on the books for us. We don't love you. Why? Because they're entrepreneurs and they don't have the stable income that the banks are looking for. Now, they do have stable income, but the banks don't trust that they're going to be able to keep that income. So here's the thing. Wendell goes on to say, lead cost us $0 using your House Monster Zillow ad. We like this kind of lunch appointment. We're now off to finish another closing at our new office. This is one of our owner finance buyers who is cashing us out today with their new bank loan after we help them improve their credit. So you're going to see that this is an entire business model that I'm sharing with you. So there's a step-by-step process that we do with our leads, with our customers that come in to help them be in a position to own a home. And at some point that they can be in a position to own a home, or you become the bank for them, which is very powerful. The income is amazing. There is their new conference room, and side note, the new office is costing us a whopping $0 per month per your coaching. We manage the upstairs office space at no cost and get our space in return at no charge. How cool is that? So you got your own office and it doesn't cost you anything. They let us put our House Monster marketing at the entrance too. The House Monster and Street Smart Way definitely works. Wendell Long from Charlotte, North Carolina. And here's what you'll see here. So you see testimonies from people holding their certificates. You can see pictures of properties they've purchased. You can see their Path to Home Ownership program, which I'll be showing you. And then you can see other people and other people and other people that they've helped. How cool is this? So just knowing, and think about yourself now, think about yourself having a plan, having a model, having something that turns people on. And by the way, this absolutely turns people on. This changes people's lives. So as a result of you bringing that to the table, you giving them that opportunity, other people's lives are being changed. It's a phenomenal experience. You'll see that. So my advice for you and training is that the way I want to help you is to help you get cash now for your bills, for any accumulated expenses that you've got, cash flow for covering your expenses on a monthly basis, and then cash forever to put you in a position to retire anytime you want to. And when I say the word retire, don't think I'm trying to get you out of the game. I'm saying that you were going to be in a position to retire. We never know what can happen, right? We've seen how life works and what can happen in our lives. Certainly other things have happened in other people's lives. We are not promised anything. So we always want to be moving towards and in a position to retire so that we would not be a burden and we could control some things. It was a sad story to hear about all those folks in the nursing homes, right? And low income folks in nursing homes did not have control over their lives. And all of a sudden the governor says, yeah, you can go ahead and send in people that already have COVID, they're positive. And of course, they diseased the population, and a lot of people died as a result of that bad decision. Well, see, I don't ever want to be in that position. I want to own the nursing home. I'll tell them what to do with me. I'll tell them who can come in and who can't come in. But you see, there's certain things that we can do to control our lives, right? And so putting yourself in a position to know that it is about the cash flow. It is about the cash flow. Certainly, there's some sexy deals out there. Lori just shared one of, wow, that was a mind bender. That was an amazing deal that she's working on right now. So exciting, so sexy. And she's got a foundation. She's got a foundation of income and a foundation of wealth. Steve has a foundation of income and a foundation of wealth. So whenever something like that, an opportunity like that comes along, not a problem. You can take a chance, because guess what? On those big deals, you get paid later, like way later. They don't build those things overnight and give you a check. So there's something that, you want to keep in mind, that building your foundation is the most appropriate thing to do in the beginning. And then we can do other things, just like in Monopoly, when you first buy the land and then you build the houses and you build more houses and then you build the hotel. I teach you to do exactly the same thing. So the little green houses is what we're going to focus on. Hopefully. Yeah, there we go. All right, the little green houses here. I don't know what happened to my little cursor. There it is. Okay. And then, the hotels and the bigger stuff after you've got your foundation of income and your foundation of wealth. So my goal for you is 20 free and clear houses. Why do I come to 20 free and clear houses? Because I know that if I can help you get to a place that you have assets. Assets are always, when you have rental properties, you're going to be hedged against inflation. And how many of you believe inflation is coming, baby? I mean, you don't pump trillions of dollars into the economy and not expect that to have some kind of impact. So certainly there's going to be some inflation. And remember that I've been through, this is my 5th real estate cycle. So I've been there and done that. I've seen this. Remember, I started at 21% interest in this country. So know that there's some things that you need to be aware of. Number one, those who own property are going to be just fine, because the properties that we have are hedged against inflation, both on the value of the property as well as the income from the property. So as our dollars are worth less, we're able to adjust our prices accordingly and keep ourselves even and even ahead of the game. So it's certainly important that you understand some basic finances. Basic finances are assets produce safety. Assets reduce risk. And so getting you into the space of having assets, having control over assets, converting those assets into long-term income, either through rental income or through mortgage income, is one of the things that I want to teach you. Now, just think about and imagine that you had 20 Social Security checks coming in every month with your name on them. Now, just imagine what life would be like. Well, welcome to my world, my friends. Welcome to my world. We've got you might add another 0 to the number of Social Security checks we've got coming in. And you know, the cool thing is that as a result of building our business exactly the way that I'm teaching you to do it, we have been able to create a cash flow machine. So as a result of creating that machine, then we're able to do many things in our world to help other people because of what we've been able to build as a foundation. So think to yourself, and remember I said, this is about you. This is not about me. This is about you to think to yourself, how will life look when I have my own assets that are producing these kind of checks on a monthly basis? Now is that a yeah, baby? I hope that's a yeah, baby. So in your world, that you will be able to have the same thing. And yes, even where you are located. So imagine that you had 20 people paying you $1,000 a month. Well, that'd be $20,000 a month or $240,000 a year. How many of you can survive on $240,000 a year? I'm checking for a pulse here. Yeah, baby, that's good stuff. And thank you for participating, by the way, guys. I can see you, and I love that. And so as a result of you knowing and listening to what I'm telling you, then you can understand that there is a possibility for yourself. You can understand that everything that I'm laying out for you is totally duplicatable. And it's important for you to understand that. Now, I've helped many folks. This is Todd up in Grand Rapids, Michigan. I got my 20. Here's Samuel Benford. He's in Fort Wayne, Indiana, and his nephew. I got my 20. Well, actually, his nephew says, I got my 1. I'm 14 years old. So Samuel's nephew, 14 years old, already has his first property. Why? Because they came to the class, because they learned exactly what to do, exactly how to do it. And they've been able to build amazing businesses, right? Because of the cash flow machine that we've taught. This is Neil Messler up in Chattanooga, Tennessee. I got my 20. This is the Shrivers up in St. Louis, Missouri area. I got my 20. Well, it's going to surprise you. They've gotten a lot more than 20. So in order to get what I'm teaching you today, you will need a paradigm shift. Paradigm what? Shift. So as we shift into this line of thinking, it's a change in your belief about how to make money in real estate safely and easily. So safely and easily. Think about yourself and being in a position to now have that. Well, it's going to take a paradigm shift. And why do I keep saying that? It's important because you have a certain belief about how money is made in real estate. And I want you to keep an open mind, open eyes, open mind, open ears, listen to what I'm sharing with you, because this is different than what you've heard. This is different than what you've been taught maybe in the past. And I'm just sharing with you a business model that I know works. I've got licensees all over America doing exactly this in all 50 states, in fact. So how does this work? Well, let's start with where you are right now. You probably have what we call the patchwork quilt, right? What is this? This is a patchwork quilt. Patchwork quilt is kind of a mess, isn't it? And that's what they used to do, right? They took scraps of leftover clothes and they used those to make a quilt, and it was wonderful and warm on your bed. But man, there's beauty in a mess, huh? Well, ask yourself, is your business like a patchwork quilt? Are you taking an idea from here and a concept from there and a form from another place, and you're trying to cobble that together into a business? Now, this is very important. You see, that's what most people do. Most people don't know that there's a system. Most people don't know that there's a step-by-step process. So they've been making it up as they go. And nothing wrong with you. You didn't make a bad decision. You operated on the information that you had. You operated on the opportunities that you had. So major league money-making paradigm shift number one. So what are we talking about here? So remember, it's different than what you've learned before. So let me share with you what that means. Make money now before you even buy property. What? Make money when? Now, before you buy property. Now, how can you make money before you even buy property? Well, let's think about that. And I'm going to show you exactly how this works. Stop patchwork quilting. Create a theme for your business. Create a theme for your business. Where do I begin? You begin with dealing with the real fears, the fears that you have about real estate. Now, some of you, you've had success, you've done well, you're not afraid, you'll move forward, you'll do fine. Others of you are paralyzed in fear, and you've got the paralysis of analysis, right? And you look at a deal till you're sure that it goes to somebody else, and it disappears off of your radar. It disappears off of your radar. Why? Because you weren't paying attention to it, or you paid too much attention to it. You missed the opportunity. It presented itself and went away. Now, problem that a lot of people have, and I certainly had back in 2008. So in 2008, I bought a bunch of properties at auction. I bought them right. I bought them cheap. We flipped them. We were buying and fixing up and selling the properties. It was going fantastic. And then all of a sudden, one day, they cut out the lights. They took away the chair, like musical chairs, you know, they took away the chair. You're left standing. You're left looking around. What was happening? I had people raising their hands saying, I want to buy this property. We took a contract. Sure enough, all of a sudden, these contracts started falling through. They fell through. They fell through. And we said, what's going on? And they said, they stopped lending, Lou. They stopped lending. I said, they can't stop lending. I got a dozen properties on the market. What are you talking about? They can't stop lending. That's not fair. That's not fair. And they said, well, we don't care. We can't help you. And by the way, we're going out of business today. Anyway, see you later. And I said, wow. And I realized something very, very valuable. And I want you to all take a note and a lesson from what I'm about to tell you. That at that point in my career, I had been in this game for over 25 years at that point. And I said, you know, thinking back on all of these years, what has been the biggest problem I've ever had in real estate? Well, it was not the buying. It was the selling. When I went to sell that property, there was always something. The new buyer didn't love everything that we did. They wanted additional things done. There was a break-in. There was theft. The contracts would fall through. They would have other obligations. I would have to extend. I would have to get more, a new buyer. There was just stuff on the selling side, and it was never that easy. And when they were sharing earlier about how the market's doing, well, did you see how many had lowered their price? I was hearing that the market was stable, but I still saw that 29% had lowered their prices. So that's certainly, that can be painful if you expected to make a profit and now you've had to reduce your price by 29%. That doesn't sound like a lot of profits left over in that deal. So think about that, and I realized something very extremely valuable, that the issues are you can buy, but selling is a mystery. I don't know when I'm going to sell it. I don't know how much I'm going to sell it for. I don't know what my final expenses are going to be. I don't know what my cost of funds is going to be. I don't know what concessions I'm going to have to make, and on and on. So I realized that the real problem is that real estate agents, mortgage brokers, and investors are all chasing the same people. A very small market, only 20% of the market. When I realized the numbers, oh my gosh, 20% of the market has good enough credit and good enough down payment. And then I went, aha, what about the 80%? What about all the other folks out there that have less than perfect credit and they've got money? And I said, what if I flipped the script, so to speak. I flipped the script on my business and I start going and finding customers when first I get my customers, and then I go about finding properties. Because see, this is not going to change. Lenders clamp down, credit scores take a hit. These are headlines from the last time. And I'm putting them in here because I want you to know the same thing is going on right now. Lenders' moves mean less available credit, even for good customers. They did this. As soon as things tightened up, boom, all of a sudden, you could have bought a house for a 660 or a 680 score. Boom, they moved up to 700, and boom, they said you got to have 20% down to qualify. Whoa, that's not what I was planning. So all of a sudden, that just took a whole huge part of the market out, and they're no longer there. They're not there right now, but they are there. They are there. What if we can serve those folks? What if we come in, we attract those folks to us through our marketing? And that's exactly what I'm teaching you, is that we're going to create a different paradigm where we always have customers, because the challenges of paying holding costs on properties, spending thousands on rehab, ending up with lower profits, in some cases selling the property at a loss. And by the way, folks, this is all real. This is something that many of you may have experienced in your own life, or you will experience coming up. This is an opportunity. And so the house monster is the system. The house monster is the system that I created back in 2009 when I said, I got to do something different. I had all these properties, and I said, I got to go find customers for these properties. And I've got to change. I've got to forget about the banks. I've never been to the bank and qualified for a loan, so I'm not going to ask my customers to do that either. I'm going to be the bank for these customers. I'm going to be the bank for these customers, and I'm going to give them an opportunity to do something they've never been able to do before. So the house monster came into play at that time. Now, at that time, remember that the economy was a crash and burn, and it was a financial crash and burn. So they really had to do some things to stimulate the economy. And a brilliant broker from Georgia, who also happened to be a senator in Washington, D.C., Johnny Isaacson, went to the senators and said, look, I know how to stimulate the economy. You do a down payment assistance program. And he said, we're going to come up with an $8,000 down payment assistance, and we're going to give that to everybody that wants to buy a home that hasn't owned a home in their name in 3 years. We're going to call them first-time home buyers. And we're going to give everybody the opportunity to take advantage of this $8,000 tax credit. Well, yeah, baby. All of a sudden, I said, not only have I sold these other properties, helping these people out, but now what about all my other properties? I can sell those properties to the people that live in there, and they all can qualify for this $8,000. And man, won't that be a good income stream for me? Well, sure enough, it worked. And then I wrote the house monster, and I said, I'm going to go show every investor in the country that they can convert the tenants they currently have into cash immediately. And secondly, cash flow on a monthly basis, because you could do owner financing and still get the $8,000 down. I said, this is too good. I said, so they, and of course they renewed it, and then they extended it again, but finally that program expired. But I realized that there was other money out there. And I realized that if I learned how to access that money, which is exactly what I'm going to teach you, you can access other down payment assistance for the folks that live in the properties. So question number 2, do real estate investors have a good name? Now think about that. Do you think about real estate investors, that they're real estate investors? And aren't you proud when you go up to people and say, I'm a real estate investor? Right. So what does that mean? So sure enough, you can imagine that a lot of people think of real estate investors as good for nothing, ne'er-do-wells, lying, cheating, stealing, money grubbing, good for nothing. You know, welcome to your industry, right? It's terrible. Look what people think of you. They think you're a terrible thief. So real estate investor is not the best name for us. So I thought, what is it? And when I was the president of National REIA, this is one of the things I wanted to do, is I wanted to change how people looked at us and what they considered us to be. And so I'm going to invite you tonight to actually change what you call yourself, change who you are in your community, change how you are doing business in a profound way. So think about who we really are in our communities. We buy dilapidated and rundown properties. We buy supplies locally. We support the tax base locally. We hire people locally. We make an impact on the community. We take blighted properties, we restore them. And people hear real estate investor and they call us names. And look who we are in the community. We're actually do-gooders. We make a big difference and we deserve credit for that. So I said, we're going to rename ourselves. We're going to rename ourselves. So using the house monster, you're going to come into your community speaking a different language, wearing a different conversation, saying different things than a real estate investor or a landlord would say. Now, that doesn't mean I'm saying you're going to go over here and do this and dump everything that you're doing. I'm saying you're going to do this in tandem with everything you're doing. And that's exactly what my licensees are doing. Any existing business they currently have, they are just laying this right on top of it, and it marries so beautifully. So how this works is you're going to become an affordable housing provider. Now, some of you are saying, wow, do you know the market that I'm in right now? So let's get clear about this word affordable. Affordable is not the price of the home. Affordable is what the person can afford. So I have $400,000, $600,000 affordable houses. What happened? I found a customer and I found out how much they could afford. And then I went and bought a property for them. Now imagine that. I bought a property for my customer after I found my customer and how much they had to work with. Now I'm going to teach you how to do that as well, how to actually access those properties. So sure enough, become an affordable housing provider. Now we have a national program for you and your business. It's called the Path to Home Ownership. Now this Path to Home Ownership is a very amazing presentation in your marketplace. People absolutely love this. Now here's how it works. So we join a Path to Home Ownership membership program where we take a deserving family, regardless of credit or financial background, and we step them up to home ownership. Now, our folks join us at one of those levels. Some of us join us at the bronze level, some at the silver, some at the gold, and then some even at the platinum. In other words, and I'm going to be talking about this more on Saturday, they have good enough credit and good enough down payment already to actually have a home. And so I'm going to teach you how to resource a property for them. So as a result, it's a new day, it's a new way, become a member today. So as a result of how you are offering this in the marketplace, you're actually giving people a chance to have a better life than the one they've got. How many of you like offering something better and helping other people to make a difference in their lives? Exactly. That's what I'm talking about. That's the fun thing about what we're doing. So imagine that your business is actually impacting other families and generations to come. You know, Harvard did a study and they said that children that grow up in a home ownership situation where their parents own the home. They go on to higher education, higher income, more stable lives, more stable families. And it's just like a gift to society. Home ownership is a gift to families. It's a gift for generations to come. So your business offers the opportunity at home ownership. Your business receives and gets paid very, very well for offering that as a result. So now think about the money. Think about how you can actually impact your world and your finances. And then we're going to talk about where the money comes from. So let's see here. Now, a couple of things I've been talking about. So we actually have a book. It's called The Path to Home Ownership. Now, this book is what we give to our potential clients. So when they join as a member, when they join the membership, they get a book that teaches them and shows them about home ownership. Now we've got another book, and in fact, I'll get to that in just a second. So let's talk about the membership certificate. So when people join us, meaning join the membership, they get a certificate. And there's a bronze, silver, gold, and platinum certificate. This certificate is what you give to your clients. Now, many of your clients have never even had their name on a certificate in their life. And here you come along giving it to them. We just recently had some, well, actually we have had several recently that are our Agreement for Deed Gold members. Now, what does that really mean? That means that they are purchasing the property, but we're providing the financing. So instead of them having to go to the bank and qualify for a loan, we're actually providing them the loan. And so it's so cool. We had an 81-year-old man buy the first house he's ever bought in his life under our program. Isn't that amazing? And we gave him something amazing also. I'm going to tell you about it. So think about this. My mother tried to buy this house in Charlotte, North Carolina when I was 12 years old. After we did everything, we went to the bank, we tried to qualify. She filled out all the paperwork. They had a special program, told her there's no way she won't get qualified for this program, except she didn't get qualified for that program. She came home one day. I mean, I was with her all the way. We were filling out the paperwork together, the whole thing. And then she came home one day, she says, they turned us down. And I said, oh, well, that's okay, Mom, we'll do something else. She said, nope, that's not us. That's not for us. So imagine I was raised in apartments all my life. I was raised in an apartment until I bought my first house when I was 18 years old, like I shared with you. So here we had an opportunity at home ownership, and the rug was pulled out from under us because we couldn't qualify. Now, our clients, the ones that we're helping right now in our business, these are the kind of houses we sell them all the time. And they come to the table with down payment money, and they come to the table with a wish, a dream, a desire, a vision of home ownership. And then we help them achieve that. So through our marketing, now and I want you to understand this, this is what the House Monster is. It's a marketing system. It's a marketing system to market, to find your customers. Now, this system is going to bring in a flood of really cool, wonderful folks. And the first thing we're going to do, remember I said earlier, paradigm shift, make money now before you sell them a property. How are we going to do that? They're going to join your membership. When they join your membership, you're going to get paid for that. And then we're going to go about finding a property for them. This is one of our folks that achieved the platinum level. So she bought one of the properties that she was in, one of our properties, but she bought the property she was in. And there she is at our office in front of our Path to Home Ownership membership program. And how happy, baby, how happy that she achieved home ownership through our program. While she was with us, we helped her build up her credit, build up her down payment, and then she was able to qualify for a loan at the bank. The payouts are incredible when you do it this way. Anybody here who's sold a property before, when you look at that HUD-1 closing statement and you see all of those expenses and you go, oh my gosh, what if I had all of that money, all of that expense that just went out the door to sell this property? You see, there is a thing called cost to sell. Imagine in my world, there is no cost to sell because we've already got customers living in the properties. They buy them from us, and all the traditional expenses that you would have selling a property, we don't have. We don't have any of that stuff. It's a beautiful thing, baby. And so the house monster becomes a game changer for you. As a game changer, it literally gives you the tools to be able to attract these people in a way that tells them about the program that you have to offer. So question number 3 is, are you and your business just about the money? Now think about that. Are you and your business just about the money? Now, if you're just about the money, well, that's interesting, but it's not sustainable. You know, here's what's cool is that I believe that we are here on this planet to make a difference, and that we all have the opportunity to make a difference in other people's lives. And when we offer something that helps people, it changes their lives. And we get credit for it. They love us. They never forget us. They tell their friends about us. About 50% of the leads that we get today are from people that either are in the program or have been in the program. And so as a result, our business is truly blessed because of the folks that we have helped along the way. So in fact, I wrote a book called Doing Good While Doing Well. Doing Good While Doing Well. And in fact, we use this book when we go out talking to sellers and to lenders. We talk to them about who we are and what we do and how we operate and how we're different than traditional real estate investors and the difference we make in our communities. You see, so this book is actually written by licensees from all over the country, and they're talking about their business in their local market. So as a result of doing that, they're making a big difference in their communities. So what about you doing good while doing well? How many of you love that plan? Is that a beautiful thing? Yeah, baby, that's what I'm talking about. I'm loving you guys. All right, thanks for the energy too, by the way. It tells me that you're paying attention. It's good stuff. All right. So yes, we have a national book, and it's how real estate investors provide a service and make a difference. So all of you, in fact, we're going to have some great times. There's just some good times coming, no doubt about it. But I want you to know that there is a way that you can communicate your business in your local market that's going to make a big difference. Now, on Saturday, I'm going to be going into something called a target market. I'm going to teach you how to identify your target market. Imagine buying and selling houses within 5 miles of where you live. How many of you love that plan? 5 miles of where you live, right? So then as a result of building your business locally, you're able to achieve and accomplish so much more. So that's one thing that throughout the country and throughout the world, in fact, I've shown people how they can build their businesses exactly this way. So sure enough, that's an Amazon bestseller, and it's written by certified affordable housing providers from around the country talking about their local businesses. Now, here's what's interesting. So here's Samuel in front of his CAP office, his certified affordable housing provider office, and he's holding up our certificate, I Help 20. Well, actually, it's a lot more. And here's Linda in her office in Chattanooga, Tennessee, holding up hers. They've helped well over 100 clients towards home ownership. Here's Kevin and Cynthia Schreiber, 88 folks in this St. Louis area. Here's Todd up in Grand Rapids, Michigan, 36 people he's helped to achieve a better life. Here's my wife, Janice. Oh, we've helped hundreds of folks. In fact, you can see right behind her, that's our wall of fame, right? Wall of winners, we call it. And so these are people that have joined our program and been able, that's fine. Just, I can use the air. So thanks. Hopefully that noise won't bother you too much. But imagine that we are helping people. And in fact, we have classes. I'll teach you about the classes. And so they earn stripes, so to speak. They earn the colored dots for their achievements in our program. And we have wonderful testimonials from the folks. And so imagine, now, remember I said paradigm shift. We got to think differently about our business. Imagine that you're helping people all over the country. Imagine that you're making a big difference in people's lives. Question number 4, does credibility matter? Does credibility matter to sellers, to buyers, and to lenders? And of course, the answer is absolutely yes. So now more than ever, you need credibility. So that's what we do. And in fact, when we go visit with sellers, and I'm going to be covering this more on Saturday, but we have a presentation that we make to sellers. When we go visit with them, we tell them who we are, what we do, how we help, how we're different than others, how we can solve their problems. I'm going to be teaching you that on Saturday. So as a result, we have a strategy for success for you and your business. By the way, how many of you are learning something today? Are you learning something different, the things that you never heard before? This is amazing stuff. Yeah, baby. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Loving it. All right, I appreciate that. That's great feedback. All right, so then I'm used to live audiences of people, you know, they're on the chairs by now. Kumbaya, my dear, kumbaya. It's all good. But, you know, just enjoying this, this Zoom, right? Everybody gets to be home. Just pay attention because, like I said, I got a lot of good stuff here, and take notes. So national membership for you and your business. So what starts out in our system is that you achieve a national membership. You become a member of the Street Smart Affordable Housing Network. So as a member of the network, you are part of a nationwide network of affordable housing providers from around the country. We give you a certificate. You use that certificate to show other people that you've been trained. You put that into your presentation kit, and now you've got a story to tell about who you are and what you do. So the House Monster is really designed to tee you off, to get you in a position to win. And the first thing we got to do, and what I teach people now, is let's go find customers. Let's go find customers with big fat down payments that can afford really great monthly payments. And then we're going to resource the property for them. We're going to buy it right. We're going to buy it cheap. Yes, I'm going to teach you about the buying side too, and at the Millionaire Jumpstart that's coming up at the end of June. That's what we're going to be doing at the Las Vegas event. So there's a national certification for you and your business, and this is the CAP certification. And so there's national branding for you and your business. Yeah, there's t-shirts and caps and logo wear and magnets and banners and brochures and the whole 9, right? Because we've got a story to tell when we go visit with a seller or when we talk to a buyer. We've got a full-blown color brochure that explains the program. You've got your contact information on there. See, that's what it's designed to do. It's to help you to have a streamlined business that you can get to the money faster and safer. Now, many of our licensees, they've gone the additional step. They've actually wrapped their vehicles, and they actually now get the message to the market. Nobody thinks you're fly-by-night if you're going to wrap the vehicle, right? So it really gets a message out there that you're different than other folks. This is 2 of our licensees. This is Darren and Todd. Todd's in front of his newly wrapped vehicle. Look how cool that is. And this is Neil in Chattanooga, Tennessee, got his new truck paid for by the government, right? And here's Linda. You know, it's just so cool when people see that there's really something that they can take to the marketplace and they can help other people. Here's Novan's van. He's in the Tampa area. Here's Neil in Chattanooga. You know, there's just good stuff. In fact, he's got TV commercials now using our brand and using the amazing business that he's put together there. This fine couple, the Blonts, up in Springfield, Missouri, right? Ozark's Best Home Sales, over 100 families they've helped. These are the Crons. They're up in Seattle, Washington. They've done amazing stuff up in the Seattle area. They've helped, I think, 46 people. So, you know, no matter what it is, this is one of our California clients. In fact, he took a vehicle, he moves it from property to property, using it as a billboard, right? It's just a moving billboard. That's what we call it. But, you know, think about your future. Think about where you're headed with your business. Think about a business that totally wraps the concept of branding into everything else that you're already doing. Now, there is a mission statement that comes with our system. Our mission is to transform lives through affordable housing, to empower families and individuals to enjoy the American dream of home ownership. How cool and powerful that is. Now, by the way, all of you, everything that I've been showing tonight and a lot more is on a forms disc, so that when you get your house monster, what happens is you'll be able to pull this up on your computer and actually print out these things with your company name on it, with all the details on there about who you are and what you do. So the template for this is included in your house monster system. Major league paradigm shift number 2, what if you could attract and serve 80 to 100% of the marketplace? Wow. You know, remember, real estate agents, mortgage brokers, and real estate investors are all chasing the 20%. Imagine that you are chasing the 20% plus the other 80%. Now, if you are a licensed real estate agent, this is the bomb. This is absolutely amazing, whether you're licensed or not. But if you're licensed, now you can literally go into a seller and say, congratulations, Mr. and Mrs. Jones, your house is sold today. Number one, I'm going to make a presentation to you. If you like what you see, our company is actually going to buy your house. And if it doesn't work for you, not a problem. We're going to put your property on the market and see what the market says. How does that sound? You see, so it's an amazing thing to add on for licensed agents. You don't have to be licensed to do what I'm telling you. You absolutely do not have to be licensed to do it. All right, so the House Monster solution is to find your market first. Find your market when? First. Now the market to find the client before you buy the property. So you're gonna market out there in the world. We're gonna turn the machine on, and you're gonna do all of what the system tells you to do, right? The House Monster. You're going to do what the system tells you to do. Now, we're not going to leave you alone. In fact, we're going to have an implementation session on Saturday. So I'm literally going to be working with every one of you. We're going to do this together. We're going to ship these tomorrow. You're going to have them on Saturday. We're going to go through this so that we all are on the same page. And we're going to support you in building your business. We don't leave you alone. Every Sunday night, 9 p.m. Eastern time, 6 p.m. West Coast, you're going to be able to join me, yours truly, teaching a part of the system. We don't leave you alone. We're giving you every opportunity to succeed. We know that our licensees have a very high level of success because of actually joining us and being a part of what we teach them to do and how we do it. So we're going to provide you all the marketing materials. Why rent? Own your home. That appears to be handwritten. It's not. It's printed that way. We've got the Uncle Sam bucks. Love the Uncle Sam bucks because those will be used in your local community. Beauty shops, barber shops, restaurants, grocery stores. We've got a number of ways that we tap into the marketplace in your local community. So your contact information, everything is on those bucks. And in fact, I'm going to give it to you so that you can update. In fact, we have a print whiz that we provide to you, all of the ability to get your printing done. We already have someone that will print it for you. So our print whiz literally You can have everything done. We've got it all laid out for you and priced out so that you're able to turn on your marketing machine right away in your local market. So some of this is going to be online. Some of it is going to be in the field. Some is going to be event marketing. It's so many different aspects of marketing. You're going to choose which ones to turn on. And then as you get successful, you're going to turn on more and more of the marketing. So know that there are buyers out there. Case study number 2, Janice LeBrod, entrepreneur. Look at this. Lou, since starting your House Monster program just 2 months ago, I have added over 300 people on my buyers list, and I'm closing to buy 5 houses this month. 3 are already sold. Lou, you rock. Now, many of you know the Connecticut market. You know, you've got a similar market, right? It's high-priced houses, and yet she's been very successful. In fact, Janice got all the houses she wanted for that, the numbers I was telling you about before, the big number, the monthly number, and the retirement number. So she became a Keller Williams agent. This was working so well for her, and she had so much, she had all the business that she wanted off of her ownership properties, but she still wanted to do things using her Path to Home Ownership program. So she became a real estate agent to do it. In fact, the Crons up in Seattle, they're real estate agents as well. Now, after they built their foundation of income and foundation of wealth. So let's get paid first. Let's make money now before you sell or rent them a property. You use the House Monster to do that with. How are we going to do that? Affordable housing is what the customer can afford. So first, we need people responding to us so we can determine how much income they have, so we can determine how much house they can afford. And so we're working this totally in reverse from what typically happens. Real estate agent or real estate investor typically finds a property, puts it under contract, builds it out, fixes it, gets it very nice, and then goes to find a customer. We're doing the opposite. We're finding a customer first, and then we're finding a property. By the way, our clients are extremely flexible. They're flexible on location. They're flexible on size. They're flexible on a lot of things. We don't ask them to be, but I'm just telling you how it works out. They're very flexible. So what can they afford? Here's a formula I'll share with you. The income that they make, let's say they make $10,000 a month, that means they can afford $3,333 a month. It's the maximum amount they can afford is 3 times, or rather 1/3 of their income is what's available for a payment, either a payment or rent, right? So then we don't exceed that. That's what Dave Ramsey says, no more than 1/3 as well. So that's money before you sell a house to them. Where's the money? They're going to join your membership, and we're going to get paid in other ways as well. So we provide services to our clients. Another thing we do is as soon as we see that they have less than perfect credit, we put them into a credit restoration program. We get paid for that. And that's the part that's so cool. All right, so find affordable housing for your clients. Now remember, affordable housing is what they can afford and make really good money too. So I can't find deals like that. Now on Saturday, I'm going to show you what we do to find the real estate for these folks. We don't have enough time tonight, but I'm going to tell you that we're going to start with the MLS. Literally listed properties people have already raised their hand and said, I want to sell this property. That's one place that we start. Now there's also stealth ways that we find deals that nobody else knows about. Part of it is that centralized or target marketing that I'm going to be going into a lot more depth on Saturday. But the target market works where we basically draw a circle, we identify where you're located, draw a circle out about 5 miles from where you live, and that becomes the focus of your business. That becomes the focus of your marketing, and that brings in both sellers and buyers in the same community. So it's a community-based business model that we're teaching you. Now, can you use it in other communities? Can you use it nationwide? Absolutely, you can. There's no restriction on territory. Just like a real estate agent doesn't have a restriction except statewide, ours is not even statewide. Ours is nationwide. So you can take your business anywhere and grow it. So that's one of the powers of the House Monster, is to be able to market and find those customers. Now, we're going to have a 3-day training. It's coming up, Millionaire Jumpstart, into this month in Vegas, June 26, 27, and 28. And we're going to give not 1, but 2 tickets to some lucky people. So stay tuned. We're almost done. And I wanted you to know that I've got something good coming. Now, the only additional cost you'll have is a $99 reservation or registration fee, rather. The registration fee, it covers the materials that I'm going to give you. By the way, I am going to be giving you a very special, hello. I didn't do it. Oh, I think, Ron, if you'll cut off that light switch over there, that one and that one below it. Yeah, that one.
It's off.
Will it turn it on?
Turn it on.
Okay. I don't know what that is. Okay. All right.
There it is.
Well, there you go.
No, it's not.
All right. So what you'll be getting is you'll be getting this Millionaire Jumpstart manual, and it's loaded with forms and things that we will actually be doing together while we are in class. Not sure what that is exactly, but it'll stop. All right, so while we're in class, you're actually going to receive this while we're together. So we're going to get you started with the House Monster, and then after we get you started with the House Monster at the event, I'm going to go deep dive into the training. We're going to have 3 days together in Vegas. Very, very valuable training. We've already got more than 2/3 of the class is already sold. And yes, people are traveling. And yes, Vegas is open. And yes, we're very excited to get out of the house and go have some fun. And so we're looking forward to seeing all you guys there for sure. Again, you're going to get a special manual, and it's designed to cover the things that we are going to be doing there in class. In fact, you'll be getting one of my books, Doing Good While Doing Well, while we're there together in Vegas as well. We have some awesome folks that show up in our events. Every single event is just the most amazing group of people. And I just thoroughly get a kick out of helping people, entrepreneurs, build amazing businesses and helping people to end up with home ownership. It's a great thing. These are the apartments I was raised in. I started tonight by showing you a picture of me as a kid in front of those apartments, and went back. By the way, the apartments are still there. Isn't that amazing? So talk about a real estate deal. Think about how much money they've made off those apartments since I moved out. But I remember they put that air conditioner in a year before we moved out. I was raised without air conditioning, if you can imagine. And so they put that one air conditioner, that's to air condition the entire property. Isn't that interesting? And it was a tiny apartment anyway. But it's just interesting to know that if I had not discovered real estate, if I had not done what I've done and what I'm sharing with you, I could still be living in those apartments. So I'm very blessed with many things that have been given to me, and it's just fantastic. This is Juan. Ron has gotten many down payments now since he joined our program, but he joined me right there at Millionaire Jumpstart. I went over the details with him and taught him what to do and how to do it. This is Juan about 6 months ago. He's in Maryland, had 3 properties at that point where he'd help people with home ownership. Just think about, this is for everybody. I mean, I've got single moms, I've got individuals, I've got families, I've got couples, I've got dynasties, father, son, mother, son, brothers. I mean, we just got a whole plethora of folks that have joined and become part of our program. And we have a blast there as well. So doing what we do, in fact, This is Tim Marquez. He's in the Sacramento area. So we do have people all over California as part of our program, from San Diego, Sacramento, all over the place, that are part of our system as well. So we encourage you, and certainly people from Vegas. This gentleman is from Vegas. So it's good stuff, Marcus. And by the way, you also are given the opportunity to become a VIP. When you upgrade to VIP, I'm taking you to dinner one night. So this was at the SLS in Vegas last year. We had a great time there. Oh my goodness. Just this great group of folks. Those were all VIPs from that event. And I'm telling you, we just have a blast while we're together. So look forward to having some good times as well. You know, it's interesting that many of our folks have been able to come with us and ride with us all the way through. They've gone on cruises with us, and just a whole group of folks. This gentleman has a whole family. He has his sisters, his mother's in Phoenix. He's in Oregon. He's in Portland, Oregon. And so it's just amazing how many folks that we've been able to support through this, and you'll be part of the family too. So father of three, homeschooled by wife, framer. This is another example. Done 6 deals so far this year. Here's one we talked about. Purchase price was $165,000. Bought it subject to, I taught you that tonight, subject to the existing loan, 5.25%, $747 per month, plus taxes and insurance. Now watch this. Now this is very critical. I will pay the remaining $97,580 when I sell it. 0 interest, no money down. Now you say, wait a minute, Lou, how do you get a $97,000 loan, 0 interest, and no money down? Let me answer that question. You make a presentation to your seller. I'm going to teach this presentation to you. This is very impactful. Sellers love the fact that their home is going to be used in this program to help a deserving family end up with home ownership. So many times they will actually wait on their money until your buyer buys the property. So they're secured, they have a lien against the property, they're going to get paid when your buyer purchases the property. And if not, if they need cash flow, then we make payments to them. So there's certainly an opportunity for you to stay out of banks. There's an opportunity for you to learn that you don't have to go to banks and you don't have to qualify for loans. Now, here's the rest of the story, and so critical for you to understand. I already have my buyer on rent to own for $234,900 with $20,000 down and $1,500 per month. Now, where, oh, where did Jeff get his buyer? Right. He turned on his house monster. He already had his customer before he bought the property. So as a result of having his customer, he was able to serve that customer. He already knew going into this deal, he had $20,000 essentially in his pocket. He also knew that he had about a $500 a month cash flow. By the time you add taxes and insurance to the $747, that was about $1,000 a month. He's collecting $1,500, so that's $500 a month. So that's $20,000 cash to me now, plus $500 per month cash flow, plus $50,000 more later. So Jeff, sure enough, within 2 years, his people got good enough credit, good enough down payment, cashed him out. He had no cost of sale whatsoever. His customers had it. Now, remember, Jeff came to me. He was a framer. He's had 3 children under the age of 6 years old. 2 of them are twins. They have grown up in his business. It's been fantastic. But when he came to me, he had 3 kids under 6 years old. And he said, Lou, help me get out of this. My wife is homeschooling. He says, I need to do something else. And I said, Jeff, get on board and stay on board. Look at this. He says, I'm up to 96 units now. You and your training have made me a fortune. See you again soon. This is Jeff's van. He's up in the York, Pennsylvania area. And look at this. He is smoking and rolling, right? He's got his full blown high top van, and he's all over town. Look, he's got his office right here. And he's doing it. He's just doing the business and making things happen. So he's helped over 92 families there in his photo there. Just know that you are going to be making a difference in your community. Know that you are going to get on board, stay on board. You're going to learn what to do. You're going to learn how to do it. We're going to start with getting you some customers with down payment money, customers that will pay you now for you to go find them a property. You will get paid for them joining the membership. You'll get paid again for putting them into credit restoration. And Lordy, have mercy. I don't even know what that is.
I thought it was a frog, but it's not.
I don't know what that is. But anyway, that's funny. All right. So the next one I want to share with you is a busy dentist who wanted a retirement plan. So what he did was, now this is David Grace, and he's in the Boston, Massachusetts area. Now what David did was he embraced the concept of the house monster. Now remember, he's a busy dentist. He wanted to get himself a retirement plan. He loved real estate, and it'll expire in a minute. So just wanted to show you that the house monster is doing well in Massachusetts. I bought this house for $200,000 with a combination of seller financing and private money. He rehabbed it and sold it for $328,000. The new buyers gave me $100,000 cash down. Yeah, baby. So think about that. So he got $100,000 down. He was able to carry that property. They owned a Chinese restaurant. You see, you might be thinking to yourself, who are my customers? Who is going to do this? These people owned a Chinese restaurant. You might understand that there's some, let's just say, interest. It's a cash business. Let's just say that. And so what happens is it's hard for them to go to the bank and qualify for loans. They have to have 2 years of dependable, predictable income to qualify as entrepreneurs at the bank. So what did he do? They gave him $100,000 and said, look, we're going to buy this property under your program. We're going to follow what you tell us to do. He put them into credit restoration. He got them on board. He had a payment history on them. He helped them get qualified for a loan. He didn't have to pay a penny of all that. Now, you can do some math, those of you who know what you're looking at here. This is in Boston, Massachusetts, $328,000. You know what the closing costs on this would be. You know you're spending out 10% just on real estate commission and the closing costs for your buyer. Now, look at this. He didn't have any of those expenses. Well, right off the top, that's $33,000 that he saved just by doing it my way. So I want you to know that there's a real savings in doing it the house monster way. We're going to, as I said, we're going to get started finding buyers before you buy. We're going to get your business built. What if you could do 30% or more above a normal retail sale? You see, that's what our clients do. We don't sell it for cash and then have to pay a bunch of expenses out of it. We're actually able to sell it above market and save all of those expenses. Imagine that. This is a game changer for some of you. Some of you go, oh gosh, I got it, Lou. I'm getting it. I'm getting it. This is perfect. I want to do my business exactly this way. And others are scratching your head saying, what's he talking about? So just understand that, you know, we're going to help you, and certainly I'm going to give you some more training on Saturday as well. So the house monster is the game changer. This is where we're going to get started. I'm going to get this in your hands. We're going to work this together. Now, what if there was government money that could help with grant money for your buyers? Because remember, a lot of your folks don't qualify at the bank and there's programs for them? What if there's state, county, and city money that's available, grant money, to go with the money they already have, plus the work for equity that they do, plus any other gift money that they might have, plus assistance from these various programs? It's an awesome thing. All right, so your Uncle Sam bucks is what we use to show the public that we have connections to grant money that we can help bring to the table as well. So not everyone qualifies, of course. It's different people qualify for different programs in different locations. I'm going to teach you how to identify those programs in your local market. So I'm going to give you, as part of your House Monster system, the truth about government grants exposed. And I'm going to give you, in fact, the amazing thing is you can qualify for some of these programs too. Your business can qualify for some of these programs. Many of you are in a position to actually get additional funding for your operation. Just the table of contents alone for this 600-page guide is 14 pages of just table of contents. Amazing, all the different programs that are available. I want you to be aware of those. Number one, some you can take advantage of, others your buyers can take advantage of. How many of you love free money? Is it free money? Put me down for some of that free money, baby. I love that. It's so cool. So here's what Steven said. Recorded my first House Monster sale, $60,000 house, $4,000 cash down from the buyers, $6,000 coming from government down payment assistance. Got the sale using your handwritten yellow sign. Now, you guys from San Jose, just add a 0 to this. All of it's going to make sense to you. $600,000 house, $40,000 cash down, $60,000 coming from the program. Everything will make sense. All right, so owner financing agreement for deed. This is 10% interest on our in-house financing program. 4 points and receive the first 3 months mortgage payments at closing. Family so grateful to own their own home, keeps thanking me. And due to Dodd-Frank, it's now 3 points. Wow. Thanks, Lou, for the House Monster program. Thanks for the DVD downloads, downloading now. By the way, we're going to be sending you tomorrow. Those of you who get on board, we're going to be sending you your downloads tomorrow. So you're literally going to have access to multiple parts of the program immediately. So to recap, the House Monster is access to grant money, access to immediate lead generation, potential immediate income, buying without banks, selling to be the bank. So you're buying without banks, you're selling to be the bank. So you're going to become the bank for your buyers. You're buying without having to go to banks and qualify for loans. That's part of my street smart way that we do business, not going to banks and not qualifying for loans. Private money access training. I'm going to teach you about how we do fund our cash deals through private money without going to banks, without qualifying for loans. There's plenty of people that have money sitting in their retirement accounts and their personal bank account as well that can do it. Includes all the selling marketing materials, the forms to implement immediately. This is a complete business plan. So as we're doing this, you're going to get this right now, and you're going to get the House Monster. I'm going to give you an amazing discount. This is something I worked out with Lori and Steve. This is something we had a number of conversations to say, you know, what can we do to help you guys win? What can we do to help you launch your businesses in a very profound and unique way and give you the training that helps you to be able to build that business? Helped a lot of people do this. I want to help you do it as well. And Lou, what if I already have property and I need to fill that property? Yes, you can use this program for it. Paradigm shift number 3, don't send your buyers to the bank, be the bank, be the bank. And Lori and I have been talking about a house that she's got right now. And I'm telling Lori, be the bank for these people, be the bank. It's an amazing income stream over a long period of time. And it's retirement bucks. That's what it boils down to. So final one that I wanted to share with you is case study number 4. This is a couple, an attorney, a judge, and they're entrepreneurs. Now this couple got my program. They had 5 properties that they had bought right. They had bought them cheap. They had fixed them up. They were on the market. They couldn't get them sold. They said, Lou, what are we going to do? I said, listen, pay attention, get the house monster, do the marketing that I've got for you in the house monster. I want you to do the auction open house. Now, one of the things I teach you in the house monster is the auction open house, where we auction off the down payment on the property, not the price of the home, the down payment on the home, where people bid against each other. This is exactly what happened for them. They sold all 5 houses in one weekend, 5 houses in one weekend using this system right here, $555,000 total sales price, $57,000 in down payments, $4,803 added monthly cash flow, and that's plus $57,000 down. So now think about this. So because they created these notes, right? They got $145,000. They got $13,800 down, and this one right here. Plus, they got the points. You see, these are points. So you add the points to the loan, and you're receiving the income for an ongoing basis. So the loan amount was $136,000. Then they did a second one, a third one, a fourth one, and a fifth one. They got all this down payment money. They added all of these points to the loan, $517,000. They got the total monthly payments of $4,803. And watch this. Now watch this. This is very important. When they cash out of these deals, now imagine that you have 5 of these, just like the James do. 5 of these, and you did exactly this and nothing else. You did exactly this. Remember, they came to me with 5 properties vacant. They didn't know what to do. I said, do this. They did that. And now watch this, $2,306,321, because they're going to be collecting payments over 40 years from these 5 folks. Now, sure, along the way, somebody may cash out. Somebody may give you the house back. We just got one back, lady. Unfortunately, she got dementia, and her sister took over, and her sister said, we don't want the house. We're moving her to South Georgia. Here's the keys. Well, that's interesting, because we sold her the house for $100,000. It's now worth about $189,000. We told them you could sell the house. You could, keep the difference between what we're owed and what they got behind. We had a heart. We wanted to take care of her. So she got behind. She's about 6 months behind. They decided, nope, we don't want to deal with it. We don't want to deal with any of this. We're just going to take her and take care of her down there. And they gave us the keys. And this literally happened over the weekend. So it's amazing what can happen over time. We certainly set it up for her success, but over time, people make decisions and certain things happen. And so as a result, they sign a hold harmless agreement and the whole bit, sign quit claim deed, hold harmless, everything. This is how they wanted it to be. So certainly there's things that are going to happen along the way that could actually work out for you. So the auction I was telling you about, we've got specialized marketing for that, and we've got specialized flyers and all the details about it. So here's how this works. There's 3 trainings. Number 1, you got the quick start guide. So there's a quick start guide that comes with your house monster. The quick start guide is going to literally, sometimes people get my system and they say, Lou, I know where it is. The quick start guide is in your packet here. So there's a special packet. Sometimes people get this and say, Lou, I want to get started making money right now. I don't want to have to read all that. I say, okay. So I made a 7-page quick start guide that would literally take you where you needed to go in the system to be able to turn it on right away. How cool is that? Number 2, there's a web class on Saturday. That's the implementation training. All of you are invited. Worked out a special deal with Steve and Lori, and the deal is you guys can come to Saturday's training. They're paying the freight. They're paying for me to do the class. And so they said, we want all of our folks to go through that training on Saturday. So as a result, we're going to offer it to all of our clients for free. How cool is that? How cool is that? So you guys, you don't have to pay anything for the class. They're making it available for you. We're going to give you a special link for you to be able to sign up for that one as well. And the third thing is the 3-day training. So you're going to all have the opportunity to join the 3-day training. It's coming up in June 26, 27, and 28. Mark your calendar. Hey, short drive for most of you. Not so short, but it's not so long either. You don't have to get a plane if you don't want to. So I'm going to have to get a plane. I'm not driving from Atlanta to get there, but I am flying. And the airlines are open, by the way. I talked to Delta today. They said we brought back 1,000 people today. We brought back 1,000 people off of leave today. They said we can't keep up with the demand. She said it was just incredible what was going on. So I was very encouraged by that. You know, it just shows you what's really happening out there in the world. So imagine that you're going to help people. Who do you want to be in your business? Do you want to have help? Do you want to help people? Do you want to build a business that has other folks build that business with you? You know, that's what we really have in our business. And there's so many people in our world that are helping people and making a big difference. These people have got with me. They've stayed with me. They've built amazing businesses. They've been with me. Some of them have just gotten started. Others of them have been with me for years, and they've built amazing multi-million-dollar businesses. Now, this is a get with it and stick with it type program. I want to start you off with the house monster, give you the foundation, give you the ability to get customers, give you the ability to get down payment money and big fat paychecks on a monthly basis, like I was telling you about before. So that I'm going to also give you, as part of this, an anytime webinar. So if you can't make Saturday, not a problem. I'm going to give you a webinar that's going to give you the implementation of the system, walk you through what to do and how to do it. So you can listen when you can stop, rewind, you can make money now, and the quick start training that we're going to give you as well. So special members bonus is the weekly training on Sunday night. We call it Street Smart Success Sunday. Street Smart Success Sunday, every Sunday night, 9 p.m. Eastern time. We're going to make that available to all of you. There's not an additional fee for that because we want to support you in building your business. That's the key. We know that we will have success when you have success. So we are here to make that happen. Why would you believe Lou Brown? Well, I bought my first house when I was 19 years old. I've consistently bought and sold houses for over 30 years, actually 40 years now. And we're actually in the business as well. This is our international headquarters in Tucker, Georgia. And we've got some amazing things happening. I've done apartment complexes. I've done a hotel where we built a hotel from the ground up. I've got another hotel in Texas right now. We definitely have done a lot of different things in real estate, condo conversions where we bought condominiums, or excuse me, apartment buildings, converted them to condominiums, with land development where we've taken land, divided it into lots, sold off the lots, or built properties on the lots. We've done lots of different things in real estate, also commercial properties. Does it make sense to follow someone with this kind of experience? And of course, the answer is duh, right? You know, when you've got somebody that knows what they're doing, definitely can bypass a lot of mistakes that you can make. So number 2, we're going to give you the 3-day millionaire jumpstart. Amazing. We were able to work out the deal so that you guys would be able to get the training as well. Remember, we're going to focus on the target market. We're going to build that business inside the target market. You can expand outside of that target if you want to, but we're going to start somewhere. So the quick start guide is included. The implementation webinar is included. The 3-day face-to-face training is going to be included for the first 10 of you who join. Now, we've got a very special pricing put together for you. I'm just thrilled that we were able to work this out so that we could get more of you involved, more of you helped to be able to build your business. So here's how this is going to work. The House Monster is working, no bank needed. There's no holding costs. You're going to save on property taxes, on insurance, on interest. There's no fix-up. I haven't talked to you about that yet. But many of our clients actually come in and do some or all of the work to the property in exchange for credit towards their down payment. So we actually offer our properties as is, looking for folks that want to participate in getting some of their down payment credited for doing some or all of the work. We've got some amazing results because of doing that, and just beautiful, beautiful work that people have done to their properties. So we give you the opportunity to learn how to do that. I'm going to teach that to you. Imagine that you don't have fix-up and the headaches of doing that anymore. There's no tenants and no alligators eating up your profits. Now, what kind of great business is that? You know, when I was looking at it from a landlord's standpoint, when I used to do what I was doing, and landlords that were doing it, I said, I don't want to be a landlord. I said, landlords have all the headaches. Let's stop that. Let's do something different. So that's when I came up with the idea of the path to home ownership, giving people the opportunity to have a better life than the one that they've got. So here we go, and we're completing right now, and this is such cool stuff. So we're going to help you get the House Monster right now. You're going to get the buyers before you buy, sell the houses faster, earn higher profits on every deal. And that's just a small part of it. Step-by-step explanation of how the program works, audio CD testimonials from the clients. And let me just get that out for you. Pardon the sound for sure. Okay. So there's a Raving Fans audio CD. Now this is people that are already in the program talking about the program. We give you let's see, remind me later. Okay. Now what we do is give you permission to use this in your marketing. So you can actually copy these to give to potential clients. And I'm going to also give you all the Street Smart forms to sell your properties. Any of them that you want to put onto the program, I'm going to give you the forms to be able to do that, and any new ones that come up as well. So home buyer orientation presentation. How cool would it be to actually see me in front of a room making the presentation, not to entrepreneurs, but to path to home ownership clients? I give you permission to actually play this in a live setting so that you can actually have your own events. And we have every other week in Georgia, we have our own events where we show the program. People come into our office and we explain the program to a group of people. Love, love, love that process. Marketing templates for you and to build your buyers list, and grant money templates as well for your $8,000 Uncle Sam bucks, and all the forms to track your buyers and more. So that everything for the rent to own and the owner finance documents, I've got that in there. And the script of what to say and how to say it when the people call you, that's included. Everything that you need to be able to implement right away, attracting these customers to you, what to say, how to say it, putting them into the membership, making money right away, and then going and finding a property for them. So we've got field marketing, we've got print marketing, we've got on-site marketing, we've got event marketing, we've got auction marketing. So there's many different things that I'm going to be teaching and showing you. They are included in the system. So even every form that you're going to need in terms of flyers, you simply put your contact information at the bottom, press print, and you've got your own program. American Dream Home Ownership Program, the Why Rent program, postcards, everything that is necessary, referral, reward bucks, and much more. All right, so here's what we're doing for you today. Number one, the House Monster is $14.97. Now, what a bargain, right? For something that you could build an entire business on for only $1,497. We're providing you everything to support the building of that business, and we're going to actually do it. Now, think about this. 10 couples at $220 each. Now, that's what you can earn right up front. Let's say you got 10 of those. That's over $2,200. You make your investment back the first week, and you have qualified customers to make many thousands of dollars more. So with credit restoration, the company I was mentioning to you before that does the credit restoration, you get paid for putting people into credit restoration. So here's what we're doing for you as part of the group. And we were able to work out a tremendous discount deal. Number one, Millionaire Jumpstart is typically separate. You are going to meet people there that have paid $995 to be there and another $495 for their second person. We're going to actually include that for everybody that gets the House Monster tonight. So Millionaire Jumpstart, not for one, but for two people, we're going to include. So that's $29.97. The first 10 are going to get the Millionaire Jumpstart for free for two people. I'm about to give you the link on how to order this. So get ready, get your pen ready to take the information to be able to register online or be able to call in and give us your details. If you don't want to enter your numbers online, not a problem. It is a secured website, not a problem. If you want to call in, we definitely can take care of you. We've got folks standing by to support you in getting into your House Monster. This is what it's all about, building an amazing business, helping people to make a difference in their lives by providing it and providing the services that you do. There's business owners. There's so many wonderful folks that absolutely need you, and you're going to be able to do that. Now, reasons to get this now. If I said, bring me $997 and I will give you $1 million, how many of you would do that? Would you take $1 million for $997? Yeah, that's money is on sale. You just want to look at it that way. Money is on sale, baby. And this is because of what we've been able to put together. So spend $997 because I'm just about to show you what we were able to work out with the REIA and thousands. And by the way, this is guaranteed. If you don't think this is the best investment you've ever made, I want to give you your money back. It's just that simple. I'm only interested in raving fans. I've got a lot of raving fans in my world. I love it. They're family members. It's just, I call them family members. Remember, I'm the kid who has no family. So all my folks are family, and it's just wonderful. So we invite you to join us. It's going to be Millionaire Jumpstart in Vegas, June 26, 27, 28. 2 tickets, $99 reservation fee. You don't pay that tonight. You pay that when you register for the event. Dennis from my office will be giving you a call to set that up. There will be an opportunity to upgrade to the VIP. You saw the dinner. By the way, that includes a private consultation with me anytime you want to. Any deal that you're working, anything like that, that's included in that VIP treatment. So we got some cool stuff for you. You don't pay for that tonight. So here's the thing, the bonuses that I'm including. Number one, the quick start guide to help you get to the money right away. We're going to deliver that to you right away. Number two, we're going to give you the Credit Whiz, done for you credit repair, access to a legitimate credit repair company, A+ accredited with the Better Business Bureau. You'll get a referral fee from each client who signs up, nothing to sell. So that means that your clients, when you discover what their credit looks like, it's less than perfect, you have a place to put them, and it's the lowest cost in the industry. They do a phenomenal job. Been in business 17 years. Amazing. All right, number three, special quick start House Monster webinar that you will have at your fingertips anytime you want to see the implementation of the system. Number four, scholarship grant, 1-ticket Millionaire Jumpstart training. I'm including that as a bonus tonight. And not only are we going to do one, oh, by the way, I'm the teacher. There's not a third-party teacher. I am the teacher at this event. So I'm going to be teaching you for all 3 days. And this is not one of those hook 'em and crook 'em type things. I've been doing this now for 15 years on our Millionaire Jumpstart. I love, love, love meeting all of our clients and bringing them through the training myself. Number 5 is a second Millionaire Jumpstart ticket. Add your spouse, family member, or 100% business partner. And now you got 2 tickets. And by the way, if you can't come to this one, not a problem. You can come to another one. So the next one, I believe, is going to be in Atlanta. And we'd love to have you. Love to have you. We'll go out to dinner, have a good time. All right, bonus number 6, Secrets of Government Grants Revealed. And this is hundreds of programs for you to find money for you and your clients. Over 600 pages, searchable online resources. Bonus number 7, Secrets of Private Money Financing. This is where my students are actually talking about how they've been able to raise millions of dollars in private money using my technique that I'm going to teach you at Millionaire Jumpstart, by the way. Access to Lou's $1 million presentation DVD. I shared that with you just a few minutes ago. That's a bonus. And my private ready-to-mail letters on properties that you already own, converting them, getting a big fat down payment from them. Bonus number 10 is do-it-yourself credit repair for your clients and for others. If they can't join the nonprofit that I'm telling you about, which is very low cost, it's only $89 a month. But if they can't join that, not a problem. You're going to use this do-it-yourself one. Bonus number 11 is how to build a list of hungry buyers willing to throw money at you. How cool is that? And that is in your House Monster. So I've got a step-by-step process for you of exactly what we do in our business and how we've been able to help hundreds and hundreds of people through the process of becoming Path to Home Ownership members. I'm loving, many of you are going in there. They have already posted now for where to go to get it and to have the special pricing. And I'm finishing up here with the Rolodex of all the different services that I use in my business. You can use my Rolodex as well. So here's what we're doing. House Monster, instead of it being $29.97, $14.97, but Lou Brown is giving you a $300 travel allowance. Now, this $300 travel allowance does not require you to travel. So if you cannot come to the live event, I'm still giving you the $300 travel allowance tonight. And we made a special deal with Laurie and Steve. And so as a result, they're throwing in another $200 because they want every one of their clients to be able to have the benefit of the House Monster. So we're making it a monster deal tonight, only $997. By the way, this includes the Saturday training. We're going to do 4-hour training on Saturday, 9 o'clock to 1 o'clock. This includes that implementation training as well. All of you are invited to come to that. So here's where we go with it. You're going to get the manual at the event. You're also going to get the House Monster system, the CDs, the forms disc with all of the marketing materials on it, the quick start guide, and the government grants revealed. So it's a lot of good stuff that we use in our business. I wanted you to have as much. This is a very robust system, as you will see Saturday when we go through it. There's a lot of good stuff in there. So number 1, if you are a member of Lori's group, San Jose REI, right? San Jose REI, then you will go to housemonster.com/SJREI. Now we've put aside 7 for each group. So the other is housemonster.com/Steve. So these 7 that we have set aside for each group is qualifying for the extra $500 off. When you go to housemonster.com, you will find it for $14.97. That is what I normally sell it for, is $14.97. So we've got very special deal because you're members of one of these groups or you're on their list. So as a result of that, you are getting a very special additional discount. Some of you also may be following me Facebook Live. You just call our 800 number. By the way, that's 1-800-578-8580, 578-8580 if you need to speak with Dennis. And listen, we want to support you in getting this. We want you to have this in your hands for the Saturday training. So be sure and take advantage of this right now. You get the extra $500 off. Everything I've gone over with you is included, including 2 tickets to Millionaire Jumpstart. If you can't make this one coming up, not to worry, it does not expire. So we're in fact giving you a special scholarship grant that entitles you to be able to come to any Millionaire Jumpstart if you can't happen to make that one. But definitely go ahead and get yourself reserved. Take advantage of this right now. This is the best offer. This is the best pricing. And remember, you become a licensee of the system. So as soon as you become a licensee of the system, first thing we're going to do is grant you access and certify you into the Street Smart Affordable Housing Network. That's another special thing we do. Number 2, you're going to get an email from us tomorrow. That email is going to have all the details about joining us. And in fact, we're going to be signing you up for the Sunday night training. Yes, this coming Sunday night, you'll be included in that as well. And every Sunday night, we do something on the system. You're learning either from other licensees that have had success. We're actually going through case studies and you're talking to them. You're asking them any questions you want to. We've got licensees all across America. You're going to meet some of the most amazing people on the planet. I am just in love with the folks that we attract. It is just amazing the quality of folks that we are connected with. You will see this at my events too. People do come back and they repeat and they repeat and they repeat because they get so much information. As you probably picked up tonight, there's a lot that I've given to you tonight, but I wanted to make this a robust training. I wanted to give you a lot. How many of you gotten value from what I shared tonight? Has this been of value to you? Fantastic. I appreciate that. And I'm looking forward to seeing you guys on Sunday. Watch your email tomorrow. Your email tomorrow will actually have the connection. You're going to need to sign up for the Saturday training, meaning the one I'm doing for SJREI and for Steve Love's group, both the Vegas and the LA group. All of you are included in this to come to the Saturday training where I'm going to go deeper dive into the things that I've covered tonight. First things first, get your house monster, and we want to be able to reserve your seats at the Jumpstart. If you can make it to Jumpstart, we want to go ahead because we're getting very close. We are sending out another email tomorrow. We're still weeks before the event. And like I said, we're already 2/3 filled. We've got the whole, social distancing thing going on and all of that sort of thing. So we've got a limited number of seats there at Millionaire Jumpstart. We're going to be at the Golden Nugget in Vegas. They've got a special room deal for you guys, so you'll be able to you'll be included in all of that. I wanted you to take advantage of this now so that we can ship this right out tomorrow, get it in your hands, because we're going to have a in-depth training on Saturday and then some more training on Sunday too. How cool is that? Now, this is not, it's important for you to know, this is not the Brick in the Box program. You might have joined that Brick in the Box program before, where you kind of take it home and go, now what? I don't know what to do. That's not what our program is at all. We don't hand it to you and say, good luck with that. We actually support you in implementing this. And you layer this right on top of the real estate that you're already doing. This is not taking the place of what you're doing. This is adding to what you're doing. And we want to support you on that. So just wanted to make sure that you got to take advantage of it, get the $500 off, and you're going to get, remember the forms disc, all of the forms, all of the documents, a lot of things I haven't shown you yet, we will be talking about on Saturday. And you're getting the certificate for the Millionaire Jumpstart, as well as a number of other goodies, some unadvertised bonuses as well. So over $5,000 bonuses, no joke, is included in this. You're getting the grant money program as well. That's going to be coming as part of your package that we're going to be sending you the downloads for tomorrow. in addition to what we're going to be shipping you hard copies. So we are going to be shipping you your House Monster hard copy. The other things we're going to provide to you as a download so that you can get started right away and use your quick start guide to be able to kick yourself off and do the homework that I was talking about tonight so that you can get yourself going. All right. Are there any questions, Helga, that I need to answer for anyone? Or I know that you've been behind the scenes answering all the questions. I've been seeing things flashing up all during the event. So I know that people have been asking questions, which is fantastic. I love it when people are connected and they're you know, making things happen and asking lots of questions, because this is not playtime, guys. This is a real business. And this is a multi-million-dollar business. This is not buying and selling a piece of real estate. This is building a multi-million-dollar business if you choose for it to be. Remember, I started off by saying that this is a formula. Business is a formula, and I'm teaching you the business formula to be able to have success. Go ahead, Helga.
One thing that Lewis failed to say, and I've been watching this the whole time, I also work in his property division of the company, and our leasing agent here lately has been saying, I need more houses, I need more houses. So we ended up with a lot of people that we cannot put in houses, and we are actively looking for these houses for these people. So we're getting the buyers before we're getting the house. So the House Monster really does work for your business. It is a tool that is just phenomenal. I can't say enough about the House Monster. It is really a great tool. We are shipping tomorrow, first thing in the morning. We'll be in the office shipping to everybody that purchased it. If you have any problems with anything, give us a call. Is our number up there?
I need to put that up there, actually. So then let me just plug it in. I thought it must not have saved, but that's okay. I will put it in there just for everybody. And you might be able to put it in the chat as well. Yep. Okay.
Dennis just put that in the chat. So do give
good.
us a call. We are available to you all. I don't know how much longer Dennis will be staying up, if he'll be taking calls tonight.
All right.
But we are here for you. And we would love to see y'all in Vegas.
Exactly.
Our favorite place to be.
Yeah, baby. It's fun. It's exciting. And we have made this such a tremendous deal for you guys at $997. So all of you can take advantage of this now, and includes all the goodies that we did talk about, so that all of you can really get yourself geared towards what is coming. Number one, training on Saturday. Number two, Sunday night. Number three, the 3-day training that we're doing at the end of the month. So there will be no excuses for this not working out for you. There will be no excuses for this to be a loss for you at all. And we're looking forward to supporting and working with each one of you. Watch your email tomorrow. You're going to be getting an invitation to register for the Saturday event, so you don't miss out on that. And certainly take advantage of this while you can. Once the 7 are gone for each group, that $500 disappears. So take advantage of this now. Number two, the free tickets to the Millionaire Jumpstart disappear. That's another thing that is a bonus, in addition to the other things that we provided as a bonus. So certainly take advantage of this, because it has a lot of value. If you're a value for money person like I am, you definitely want to consider this the best value for money you've ever gotten in your life, because it's a true business model that makes an amazing difference. And you know, that's one thing about Helga. She works with my clients too. So our Jumpstart and House Monster and Certified Affordable Housing Provider clients, Helga works with them every day. And it's just amazing the success that we've seen. I've shared a lot of it with you tonight, so you know that it's a real thing. And that's important, because many of us are presented many things that aren't real, right? Let's just say that aren't real. And this is not fake news. This is real news. and we've got a lot of success around the country for it. So we will support you in whatever deals that you're doing. We will answer your questions, and we'll be present to helping you to build your business. So with that said, I've enjoyed our time together. Thank you so much for participating and raising your hands and giving me some energy while you've been here tonight. As you probably determined, I love to teach, and I love to give you as much information as I can. And so we're going to be doing that again on Saturday. Thank goodness that Laurie and Steve asked me to do that additional training, and I'm sure looking forward to giving you some more depth, some more details. So watch your email, get yourself registered, mark off your calendar. You and I are going to be together on Saturday morning. So my wish for you is good luck, good health, and may God bless.
It's relevant, it's right now.